And we're doing it live.
Welcome to the GRG podcast, where we talk about the latest in gaming news, hot topics, and more. Let's go! With guests Lady Infamous, Delilah HD, 108 Dragons TV, Triple Cup Chuck, Live Wires Gaming, Blood Knuckles, One Eye Profit Kaleidoscope, and your host, K Mega 405. The GRG podcast
starts right now.
What's happening, everybody? It's the GRG podcast. As you heard, that's our new intro. Man, when with the people that listen later on, they'll see our logo and then hear the intro themselves, and we have an outro too. So, man, big shout out to the DJ that hooked me up, man. Definitely appreciate it, man. He'll say he'll do some more work for me, so I plan on doing some stuff with Devin the Gamer, our sports podcast that we'll be dropping here like in the next couple of days, and man, we'll just keep it rolling. So anyway, let's go to our illustrious panel, because I know it's draft night. It's Thunder night, baby. Let's go ahead and try to get it to game 7, baby. Let's go. So anyway, let's get to it. So let's go over here to our matriarchs. Delilah HD, what's happening with you?
What's going on? What's going on? Excited, very, very excited. You know, draft like you said, it's draft night, so I'm pretty excited about my Falcons today. I liked our first round draft pick, and so in our second round draft pick, I think we destroying it right now. But I'm excited. In regards to games, definitely we got some cool topics, so I'm looking forward to it.
All right, no doubt. And then we move on to the other matriarch. You know what I'm saying? That woman that's over there close to 1,000 subs. Go ahead and hit her up. How many before you hit that 1,000?
I got 7 left. 7 left.
7 subs left. Well, man, go support Lady Infamous, man. She's one of the hardest working women in gaming, no doubt. So go ahead and show that support to her. Let her hit those 1,000 subs. So what's been going on with you, Infamous?
No, just chilling like a villain, you know, slanging them lattes and cappuccinos and playing my games. How's everybody doing? This is me, Lady Infamous 415. Grown Women Gaming, First Lady at IntermediateGaming.com, and let's hit these topics, baby.
Nice. All right, then we move on to man, it might seem like a special guest, but no, this bum's been around for a long time, man. I've been knowing him ever since the next podcast. He's been a member of the GRG, man, but he's like that cousin that just comes every so often when he wants something to eat or he needs some money or something. So anyway, man, give a big warm welcome to our man, the Don.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's not the same unless Xbot does it, but you know how it goes. This is my first time on, well, GRG for a long time. Everyone in the chat, just hit that share button. Just share it on Twitter. Let's get a lot of people here watching, and we have good crew. So,
yeah, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. Then we move on to that other bum. Hey, man, them Raiders look kind of shaky, but they need to get that offensive line popping off, man. I don't know what they just picked in that second or third round. I'm looking at it now. But anyway, what's up with you, 100? What's going on?
What's up with y'all, man? Y'all know the notorious 100. Just keeping it a buck. Just in here chilling with the fam bam, watching this draft like Delilah. So if I get quiet, because I was like, yeah, this got us 2 tackles. Let's go, Raider Nation.
Raider Nation. Killer. Anyway, so the king of LA is always those Rams. Never forget it. Anyway, let's get on to before I go on to Triple Cup Chuck, I'm going to say this. Big shout out to our boy Bloody Knuckles. He went through a medical situation, and man, I really wanted to give my prayers out to him and everything. He got out the hospital. He seems to be doing pretty good. He was nagging and bitching in the chat about Tomb Raider, something that we'll get into. But man, hope you get well, and can't wait till you get back, man, in full strength, man. So much love to you. But anyway, what's going on with you, Triple Cup Chuck? What's up?
Man, what's good with you? What's good, man? I'm sitting here sipping on some of this good water. I don't want to say no name because I'm not promoting nobody's shit. But it's some good water. You know what I'm saying? It just over the F, you know what I'm saying? The FI. But man, I've been sitting here gaming, chilling. You know what I'm saying? I'm in here. Let's go ahead and get to these topics, man. I ain't gonna be long because I know we got to get out of here.
Yeah, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. Then we going on to 108 Dragons TV. What's up with you, son?
Life is good, baby. Always happy to be here. Rushed home from doing that dub. I love Fridays, man. GRG podcast is where's it at? And we got some great topics tonight, baby. Facts.
Nice. And then last but not least, you know what I'm saying, our newest member of the crew, and definitely one of the most intelligent guys until he says something crazy, and then I have to revolt him back to probably being the dumbest. No, I'm just playing with you, my man. Kaleidoscope, what's with you, bro? What's going on?
Yo, it's the Xbox Goes Kaleidoscope on the GRG podcast. It's Friday night, NFL draft, and people's losing their wigs, but we're going to keep it official. You know what I'm saying? We got some cool-ass topics that's dropping, and we about to get it popping. So that's what's up.
No doubt about it. So, all right, man, let's go ahead and get straight to these topics. Right off the bat, Tomb Raider. I know that there was these leaks. I don't know how many people seen the trailer, but as for me, so far, what I've seen in that trailer, it wasn't like the actual graphics, but it was just a trailer. It gave this aura like this is going to really, really be a dark, like going back to the gritty, old school way of Tomb Raider. So I'm going to go to you, Delilah. What did you think about the trailer if you've seen it, and what do you think about that maybe Xbox might have some marketing rights to this?
Yes, I seen it. It was fantastic. I was disappointed to find that it was all mostly like CG and just, showing you imagery like here and there and stuff like that. I did see the leaked screenshots. It looks fantastic. It's definitely a day one buy for me. I love the reboot, so I can't wait for this one. As far as Xbox having the marketing rights, I don't know. I did the leak that I did see had the Xbox logo at the beginning, but no one really truly knows just yet. So, but it is confirmed that it's going to release on all consoles at the same time. Well, PC, Xbox, and PlayStation 4 at the same time. So
yeah.
And didn't Xbox leak the footage?
I don't know who leaked it.
No, someone leaked it, but it wasn't Xbox.
It wasn't leaked on Xbox. It was Xbox on, and it was official. It was on Xbox on.
Because I know they just like some people are still doing like they got an event going on. And
man, do y'all think them real leaks?
But that wasn't a leak. Xbox
on. Oh, it was on Xbox on.
Okay,
that's one of their channels.
Official. Okay. Yeah, that's one of their channels.
But I think they have marketing rights because when I watched Inside Xbox today, they had exclusive things talking about it. So.
And I ain't seen nothing pop up on PlayStation on their channel for it, because usually when it's mutual, they both drop their own jump off on their channels.
That is true. And then also that there was a little advertisement in the Xbox One version was in front while all the rest of the games were in back. So don't know how authentic it was. I mean, it was an authentic little advertisement, but the fact of it was nobody knows yet. So Infamous, what do you think about this? All right.
Mic or something.
Gotta get you a cricket. I gotta get you a cricket.
I am so sorry. No, I'm just
sound like poltergeist
because it's actually, no. It's just that my mic was acting funny.
You sure you ain't got company or nothing, do you?
No, not today. I don't. Not today. But no, I mean, I did see the trailer. Yes, I'm excited for a new Tomb Raider title, but I have to see gameplay. I hope they put out another demo like they did for the other titles, and to see what's going on. I really want to see what's going on with the story. That's what's me. I mean, gameplay don't mean nothing to me if they don't have a good story. Is it marketed by Xbox? Well, it should be. It should be. But you know how it is. It could be a fully Xbox exclusive, and then 6-7 months down the road, it could be a time exclusive, and then go straight to PlayStation, just like the other titles. So, yeah, I just would like to see more story and more gameplay.
Okay, all right, cool.
Not just a trailer. I can't. I've been in the game too long to be like head over heels over a trailer. The trailer can set you up for something that's quite the opposite when the game come out. So.
Did you get a chance to see the screenshots though? Because they look.
It's all right. It's all right.
That's all right. Okay, you want to see actual real gameplay? Yeah,
okay. It's all right. I can't. You can't sell me over screenshots and CGI trailers. I gotta see either gameplay or the story. That's what get me there.
September 14th.
September 14th. That's the day.
Mm-hmm.
I might fuck with it.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. 108 Dragons. What do you think about the situation with this? What's going on?
Sorry.
Oh, I'm saying you're not a Steelers fan.
No, I'm sorry.
Shout out to OSU though, picking up Mason Rudolph. But anyway, 108 Dragons, what's going on with you on this situation right here, man? Oh, hold on, let me pay the bills. Cyrus Burke said, thanks for the $2, and he said, off topic, Infinity Wars was fire.
Hey. Don't, please don't do it to me.
I haven't seen
it. He just said it's on fire, son.
Infinity War was fire. He just put the flames.
No, I'm
flames, and it was absolutely dope. Man. So, all right. But 108 Dragons, what about you in this Tomb Raider situation, man? Or in the marketing deal situation?
Well, let me tell you this: the reboot definitely got me back into the series. It's been better than, and I know somebody gonna try to kill me for this one. It's been better than Uncharted, the reboot of that series. I'm excited for the third game. I still have to complete the second game, but I'm stoked for it, and I definitely like what I saw today. Definitely, I'm excited. And he got a date. So see what I'm excited about.
Yeah, I already seen somebody pre-order it already. It's already ready for pre-order.
I pre-ordered too.
This pre-ordered. I did. Yep, I did the $69 one.
With the what? No,
yeah, I did
do that. I did the $200 one. I'm in boxing.
Well, I'm a dollaraire. You know what I'm saying? You're a thousandaire.
This guy is killing me with this nonsense. But yeah, I'll be unboxing on 108 Dragons TV. I'm gonna have that baby over too. X.
Oh, so anyway, hey man, don't spend too much because remember, you supposed to, when we go to E3, you supposed to hit us up with, you supposed to get me, Infamous, you know what I'm saying, all the rest of the crew, that $149 plates. So we ready for that. I don't know what comes with that because Infamous was right there when you said it.
I didn't say that. Let's
go. Let's go to the Don.
I didn't say that.
What do you think about this new Tomb Raider, man? What did you expect? What about this marketing deal situation? Give me all the spill.
And I can confirm the $100 plate first and foremost. That is something I did hear. I hate dragons, so that's going to happen.
You're done. You didn't hear that from me. You heard that from your big brother K Mega.
No. I heard you say.
I was in the party.
You weren't in your right mind, but you said it, man.
I'm about to unfriend y'all.
I mean, I wasn't thinking about going to E3, but now he's paying for $100 plates. I think I might show up, right?
I know.
So the Tomb Raider thing is interesting. So it is. So what it's officially been announced, it's being released on all 3 major platforms at once, which includes Steam, PS4, and an Xbox One.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like there's marketing rights just because they're kind of first to advertise it as far as all that stuff goes. And there's a lot of negative talk about it already. I guess those pictures were leaked from the press being able to play like some sort of demo of it. And they're seeing a lot of negative things. I don't know what to make of it because I don't put a lot of weight into the media in particular recently. It's been a downhill slide for me for the last six years with those guys. But I don't know what motivates that, or is it really just a bad game, or just not as good as the predecessors? But as of right now, the media is not too keen on it. They're saying a lot of things like it's dark. They don't like kind of the direction it's going. So I don't know what's going on there, to be honest with you.
Really? So dark games are not the thing anymore? Everything has got to be more lighthearted? I don't get that.
I don't get it either, because I when I saw the trailer, I got stoked because you got it. I don't like CG trailers just as much as I think everybody else, because it can be deceitful. But the premise that I got from it was a lot more stealth from it, a lot more grittier from that, and so it seems like something happens to Laura early on that the supernatural kind of takes over, where she gets infected with that knife they showed in the trailer.
Right.
So I'm like, oh, they can go some totally different place with this. And I also got like this Indiana Jones vibe, like what was it, the second one? You guys know what I'm talking about.
Temple of Doom.
Temple of Doom. Yeah, I got a real good Temple of Doom vibe from this. So like, it's got me excited just from the premise and from playing the previous ones. As long as they stay somewhat true to what I like from the other ones, I'm definitely going to give it a shot. But I'm kind of curious where this negative is coming from. I just heard it just prior to jumping on here with from the folks over at Crossfire. So
really, that is really baffling to me. I mean, that is. I mean, this is one of the best reboots that I think that we've
it's a
ever
different
had.
studio that really working on it too. So,
okay.
So Crystal Dynamics is involved. I don't know how heavily involved, but there's another studio up in Canada that's involved as well in Montreal. So that could be it. It could be just as like those Batman games where they had a different team work on it. It was still good, but it just wasn't the rock steady Batman. I'm hoping that's what we're kind of getting with this, but I don't really know.
Okay. All right. So what about you, Kaleidoscope? What is your interpretation of all this? And is there a marketing deal for Microsoft? Is this important for them?
But so far it does seem like there's a marketing deal for the moment. And as far as importance, well, yeah, they put out the last game first, so why wouldn't they have the marketing rights for the new game? All right, so it only makes sense in the long run. And I agree with the Don though. That trailer does give off an Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom vibe. All right, so they are going for darker and grittier, and they also showed off a brand new character design for Lara. All right, they changed the way she looks a little bit because even in the leaked screenshots, you could tell that new character design is at play that was in the CG trailer. And as far as like the ones that are working on it, is actually Crystal Dynamics is working on it, but they probably have a small team working on it. The main team is actually Eidos Montreal, which are the ones that do the Deus Ex series.
Yeah, and she doesn't seem as like doll. She's still pretty, but she's not like nearly as dolled up. She doesn't have like
exactly. They never over sexualize her. All right.
Yeah.
But that's the path that they chose with the new reboot, which I really respect them for that. Because before it was all about the boobs. All right, let's just be honest.
They also made her a little older. You notice that? Like, she's not as quite like fresh out of junior college sort of age. You know what I mean?
Exactly. That is probably a few years after the fact. But I'm excited though. I'm excited for the game. I mean, I loved the hell out of the last one, Rise of the Tomb Raider, and the first one that started it off, the definitive edition. That was just amazing in and of itself. So I'm all for it. Plus, the movie was actually kind of good this year too.
I've heard good things about the movie. I've heard some things about that movie, though.
The movie scares me.
Why does it scare you?
Because that actor needs a couple steaks in her life.
Dude, watch the movie.
I didn't say it was bad. Delilah. Stop coming for me.
I thought the same thing with Gal Gadot with Wonder Woman.
I felt the same way growing up on Linda Carter.
She came out. I was like, "Woo, Gal Gadot!" But anyway,
I feel the same way. I'm just saying, man.
Triple Cup Chuck. What is your thoughts about this whole Tomb Raider situation? Did you like it?
I mean, I loved it. I mean, I'm a big Tomb Raider fan. The first one and the second one, I mean, masterpieces. Like, it was just good games. But I will say this here. I mean, I'm not going back on my word. This is how I really feel about single player experience games. I don't see the urge to purchase them on day one. I mean, I want this game. I love to play this game. But for me, it just when I play it, I play it. It don't have that I must play it right now feel for me. It always on single player games just always had that I can always play it later and still have the same experience. If it's a good game right now, it's gonna be a good game tomorrow. That's how I always just looked at the first place. I mean, I'm all single player experience games. But I want to let everybody know in the chat. I'm not looking at the chat today. You know what I'm saying? Just a shout out to everybody. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna let nobody spoil me on this Infinity War. Man, I've been ducking and dodging like, you know what I'm saying, Barry Sanders around here. So I just want to let y'all know I still getting at y'all, you know what I'm saying, still up.
Okay, all right, cool.
Yeah, I should do this.
So you don't want to hear about the purple Bruce?
Man, I don't want to hear. So the A come out. Nothing, zero, no trailers, no nothing. I'm going head first. I'm diving.
I heard that. All right. So what about the marketing deal? Do you think that this news or with what you've seen?
This Xbox. This
Xboxes. Okay. Yeah. All right. Cool. Is it important? Do you think it's got any importance, or does it matter? What?
It don't really matter. I mean, it do matter because they want to at least try to get Laura Croft to be associated with the Xbox brand now. And I mean, it's gonna take a little pull, but I think they're gonna get it, and I think they got the marketing right, so they know what they're doing, and that's the whole goal. They need that type of person, you know, just to be associated with a brand.
So can you imagine the Xbox One X enhanced version?
Man.
All right. What about
for the record? I loved all the Batman games too.
Yeah, the Batman games.
All right, that's what's up.
I have it beat. any of them. Well, I did beat one.
I beat them all.
I haven't beat. I only beat one. That was it.
I need to finish Origins.
What about you, 100? I know you're a huge fan of the reboot Tomb Raiders. So what about? Did you see this trailer? Are you excited about it? What's going on?
Yeah, I saw it. I sit there. I actually analyzed the shit today, like I was, you know what I'm saying, like I'm analyzing this NFL draft. But you know, I just feel like it might be a dark side of her. You know what I'm saying? All the stuff that she been through. She realized that she didn't turn herself to a killer. You know, between her and Trinity. And spoiler alerts. You know what I'm saying? Trinity is in there. You know what I'm saying? So she's feeling like, you know, I actually think that person, I don't know. When I try to analyze them, like, is that her getting sacrificed? She saves herself to being sacrificed, but I ain't gonna go super in depth with it. But
like a little boy, yeah. But that's
it was a little boy.
Yeah, but I didn't know. But it was going back and forth.
Yeah,
so I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But it's I like the darkness. You know what I'm saying of it. You know, it's something different. Everybody said want something different.
Y'all don't think the reboot was dark?
That was real dark.
That's what got me back.
Man, they must have said that the death sentences she got.
It was like, oh, this one is dark. They was doing some craziness with
Man,
gory
the
stuff,
death
caves and gutting people, and I'm like, well, how much darker you want to get? I mean, that's dark enough. I mean, come on. I mean, if this one is dark, I mean, what is it? Dark Souls? I mean, come on. What's going on?
Nah, you're right. In the very first one, she was walking through a whole bunch of alleyways and a whole bunch of dead bodies and pieces and everything,
and blood, and I'm
and
like,
people getting chopped down.
Well, her death animations when she got caught,
exactly.
Like when she was coming down that waterfall, that was one of the most that made me.
Matter of fact, it was so gory they made it black and white. All right.
It was gory.
No, that I thought the when you get in the parachute was more. When you get caught in the trees was more.
Oh, when she got caught,
you get caught in the trees.
That was the first game I ever seen my character die, and I cringed in my house.
Yeah. When she fell in that waterfall,
that's the one you got let down.
That's what.
Or when she fell, this like she
died on purpose just to see the animation.
Right.
No, I really was trying my best not to see it again because it did have me like, whoa.
Yeah, there was I checked all of about 3 times.
All that.
And still to this day, I need to go back and play the definitive again just for this one scene on the X. Because at that time on just the regular OG Fat, it looked so realistic when she was it was towards the end where she went into to go after them in that cave and she came out of that blood.
Yep.
And she looked around. That made me look. I said, "What is this? This is what I'm talking about next gen, Jack." That had me so excited. Like that looks too real. That was a dope. Boy, that's a dope.
If it's darker than that, I'm all for it.
Yeah, well, I mean, she's cutting, she's hacking.
How much darker can you go?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think maybe there might be something with demons or something like that. I know that Bloody, he was in the chat and he was in the DMs and he was kind of upset. Yeah, he was in the ring. He was ranting, talking about like, look, that's got nothing to do with Mayans, and that's got to do something with the Aztecs and the sacrifice. Mayans didn't do the sacrifice to the sun god.
But you know what? I read that too, and I'm gonna say this. This is video games. I don't even.
There's not no history lesson. Yeah,
right. I don't.
Hang on.
Well, unless it's Assassin's Creed, right?
But if that's part of his culture, right? Then of course that's just like if
that's part of his culture.
If that's part of his culture. Then of course he would be upset about that, and I would be too if that was part of my culture. And say, look, you know, if you're gonna do it right. Don't mess it up like that.
Yeah, but but this video. I put this way. The last one had something to do with some damn demons. Remember the hidden army? Yeah, the hidden army that they didn't want to let loose, and they did it anyway. So, you know what I'm saying? Like I say, some things you can't take.
I mean, but they hold that shit to the end, though. They hold it to the end.
What's up, Jazzy? What's Jazzy new?
Kept on point. That was just at the end, just to give the over the top feel.
Black Z Black Rider. What's up to our sponsors, man? Big shout out to you guys. Thank you for sponsoring and supporting the team, man. No doubt about it. So, did anybody else want to touch on this? Oh, I see Live is in here. He just popped in here. What's up with you, Live?
No, much, just chilling.
All right, cool. What's up, man? Tell me what you think about this Tomb Raider right fast before we go to the next topic. Because we ain't staying here no 3 hours, Jack.
Nah, Tomb Raider look good, man. I saw the screenshots first. I know people were like, "Oh my god, the screenshots doesn't look as good as whatever." I'm like, dude, they're like 1080p or whatever. You know, it's not like they're like, yeah, they're low res as hell. You could tell because I'm like, dude, it's lower res than the first Tomb Raider. I'm not looking at what resolution is. I'm looking at what's going on in the
early. It's just a teaser trailer. It ain't,
Yeah, it's not that.
E3,
the real works.
And you got people out here talking about, well, if it ain't God of War, shit. I'm like, bro, you're gonna be playing God of War for the rest of the year. That's all
I'm
you're
gonna say this.
My God.
I'm gonna say this. Let me just get this out in the open.
Wow.
For all you God of War fans, including myself, after you beat that game, you ain't gonna have nothing to talk about. It's over.
Yeah, we'll talk about Spider-Man and maybe
Exactly. God of War is dope. God of War is dope, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, it is.
Speaking of God of War, before we get to the next topic, I will say this. Big shout out to Sin Vendetta. He gifted me the game the other day, God of War, and man, I'm thankful. I'm thankful for anything that I've gotten. I mean, like when I've gotten Far Cry 5, and when I got what is that game with the dragon? Monster Hunter's World. You know what I'm saying? I really appreciate, and everything else that I've gotten, man, I really appreciate that. From Delirium getting me Destiny 2, I really appreciate that, man. I mean, that really means a lot to me. You don't really understand.
Free games, man. A lot of
Infamous needs God of War.
No, Infamous needs Detroit Become Human on some real shit.
You gotta make your mind.
I told you
Infamous needs those 7 subs.
That's what's up.
Hey, I need a fifth of Hennessy. What's up? Can I get a fifth of Hennessy?
Oh man. Anyway,
so were we having a snow run right quick?
Oh man. So anyway, appreciate that so much. And yeah, I'm going to keep every time that I play the game, I'm going to stream it. So hopefully, I got to work at 4:00 in the morning, so ain't no playing tonight. But maybe Sunday sometime I'll go ahead and I'll stream it again and just go through it and have fun, man. It was crazy. I had like almost 500 people watch me, man. That was stupid.
And I'm gonna say this to you, man. I don't want to spoil it because you didn't have the game before. Tell me when you fought one of Thor's brother, that when he
Balder
smacked Kratos.
I ain't seen when I was watching gameplay. I'd never seen that part. I only seen the very end, and I seen
no spoilers, man. Some guy didn't beat the game yet.
So, yeah,
no, that's not. That's in the beginning.
That's the beginning.
Are you talking about the stranger?
Oh, you talking about the dude that looked like McGregor? The stranger?
Yeah.
Oh,
that's Odin's son.
Hey, bro, I cracked up because I said, he just slapped the dog shit out of him. I said,
Kratos. I said, I'm into this.
And see, at first I was like, see, they making him soft. They made him soft because he says, "Leave my home." Kratos, the old Kratos, cut him to the white meat.
Bro. He said,
"But I got it." But the fight was dope. I ain't gonna even lie about it.
You don't want this fight.
He said, "You don't want this. You don't want this fight. You don't want this fight." But dude was a clown, man.
Dude was a monster, though.
Dude was a clown.
He was a monster. He was nothing to fuck with.
The handwork was cool though. I ain't gonna lie. But anyway, let's get on to these topics, man. There we go. Going left. Don's over here like, this is not what happened on the last podcast.
No,
it was over there practicing how to moonwalk forward. Don right now.
All right, so let's get on to it. Jack Tretton, my man. That's when I was a PlayStation dude. Jack Tretton was in the house, man. That's when PlayStation was fire. He's back. But is he coming back to PlayStation? Oh, come on. Are you serious? Or is Xbox going to pick him up? Do anybody know?
I know the answer. He opened his own company.
Oh, come on.
Nobody cares about Jack. People don't care about Jack Tretton.
No, that's not true, 100. We care about Jack Tretton, but he's playing for his own team. Nobody cares about it.
I'm trying to make this last a little longer, bro.
You asked the question. I answered it. You asked the question.
All right,
right now. Jack Tretton.
Jack Tretton was a G. He was a G.
I love Jack Tretton.
Even on Jeff killing shit for the last few years.
I love that guy. He was the only one in touch with the PlayStation fans. These other dudes, they don't talk to you. Kazuha.
Nah, they don't.
He getting his $50 million car and drive away, and all you do is eat sand. Get out of here and break dust. Dude, Jack Tretton is the man. Just like Phil Spencer talked to the people, Jack Tretton was with the gamers, man.
He was.
All these other guys.
Yeah, he was, yeah.
So anybody want to touch in on this about his new venture getting into starting like indie games? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's been talking about this for a while, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wants other, because when he worked at Sony, he saw a lot of games not get the green light that you thought would be good, and sometimes it just wasn't the money there, or some other game was eating that up. So he's trying to get people off the ground as far as all that stuff goes, getting funds, even through other investors and things like that, but still giving developers creative freedom. So he's just trying to get more games on the market, and who knows, he may eventually just end up starting a whole publishing company through this means. We'll see where it goes, though.
Right, and that's something that was really interesting to me, because in that interview that he had, he said, I spent 28 years with 3 companies and really appreciated all the resources they brought to the table, and I love the team's approach. But as any company, you don't agree with everything they do, but you have to swear by it because that's who pays you. I got to the point in my career where I wanted to focus on working with who I wanted to work with and do what I was passionate about. I think indies are the best possibility space to be in at this time in terms of innovation and passion, and quite frankly, in terms of financial opportunity. So basically, he was saying, look, he was tired of being a yes man to some of these higher ups at Sony. And he wanted to, so now he's doing his own thing. And so, Don, I think you wanted something. What about you, Delilah? You co-sign this?
Yeah, I'm all for it. Anytime you can get more games in front of people, I'm cool with that. Especially, I'm gonna get to play on many regardless, because I play on everything. But so I look forward to whatever he decides to do. And like I said, if it's being an indie developer myself, like, this is great. If I'm looking for an investor, I know I got another avenue I can possibly take. So.
Well, it allows you to shop around, right? Like, because you're not beholden by one publishing company or a smaller publishing company. You can get funds through different means.
Right.
All right. And that's another thing. And now he can work, like you said, he can work with people that he's been wanting to work with. And you've seen the relationship that they had when he left in 2012, when he announced his retirement, or basically when he was leaving Sony, and then he was there with Phil, and they were all talking, and there was their interview and all them. So obviously, and this goes back to what's his name, Adam Boyes, and all these great people that was a part of, what I'm saying, even Andrew House. I know a lot of people say Andrew House was kind of like the yes man, and he was doing, but still, Tretton, Boyes, House, and you know what I'm saying, there was another guy that left. Can't remember what his name was.
Everybody going.
Yeah, they're all leaving. And while I said this before, I want to say this again. This turn, what happened with Xbox, with a lot of people leaving, and we'll get into Albert Penello here in a second, but you've seen what's happened with Xbox. And even though that PlayStation is moving on all cylinders because they've brought out some hot titles here lately, it doesn't mean that the future is going to not change for the difference, because these guys seem like they have a whole different direction. And when people leave, especially when you've been a part of something for so long, that means that the change was a little bit too much for them. So I don't know. What about you? What about you, 100? You got anything to say about this? All right.
He must have something to say.
Congratulating, he got that money. I need a loan.
Okay. All right. I should have went to
I should have. Okay.
100 is not how it works.
Okay, with Jake, right? Now give me a little bit of backstory. He used to work for Sony, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why did he leave? Did he choose to leave, or they let him go?
He chose to leave.
He chose to leave. He wanted to do other things. I mean,
he wanted to do other things. Did he do other things? Was he able to do other things?
No, he's that's what I was just saying in his interview, that he's saying that now he has the opportunity to do other things. But he left in 2012, and so now he's starting his own company now.
Well, Kamega, you had to put some context. How long was he there before he left in 2012?
Oh, about 28 years, or about 28 years, something like that.
Yeah, like, so that's you're that long in that position.
Okay, so it's like I'm tired of where I'm working at. It must have been something at his
like
job.
That,
yeah, because if you work in 20 years and you just up and leave, that means there's something within your company that you wasn't down with, and you just got tired of it. And he took a break, and I want him to do more. I don't want him to be fought over between Microsoft and Sony. I want him to do some more independent stuff. I want to see more competition in the gaming world, and I want to see some better games. That's all.
That's 13 years. That's up to you. 22. You said y'all said 20 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
You think he done made 6 figures in about a lot of them years? He can do what the hell, a whole lot he can do.
Man, there's not a single person on this podcast that's worked at a place for 20 years.
Yeah.
Hell no.
No.
Let's be realistic. Like, out in those positions, it's nothing against Sony. It's just like that's a hard position to be in. Like, that's way more stress than people realize and stuff like that. So, and you have to set up your priorities for certain things. So when you want to leave, it's nothing personal. It's just you want to do something else. And he probably had a non-compete with the closure. That's why you're just now hearing from him now. Mm-hmm. He wasn't allowed to do anything for quite a while. This kind of actually reminds me, if you guys follow Seamus Blackley, he did something very similar. That's actually how we got the people that started Call of Duty. He found them, just so you guys know. So hopefully there'll be this sort of good. He knows talent. He's seen talent. And he has plans.
Yeah, well, it is what it is. Anybody else want to touch on this? What about you, Kaleidoscope?
I think it's a great idea. As far as what he's doing, as far as the indie scene, ID at Xbox is looking at you. You know what I'm saying? Because they've definitely put out a couple of indies this year that were actually out there. You know what I'm saying? Anything from Inside to Ori and the Blind Forest to even what's that other game? The Last Night that hasn't even come out yet. The Last Night. Mm-hmm. So I think that's actually a viable opportunity for him to take advantage. There's also Steam as well. Steam Early Access.
Yeah, and indies, there are some dope indies. Like, that's an indie right now. Well, it's a low budget game, but the game doesn't look low budget. It's over the top. It's called Redeemer. On my last video, I showed the gameplay. Matter of fact, on the next podcast, I showed the gameplay to that. It was
Redeemer. That's that Cyberpunk game, right? The one I started playing recently.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Kung Fu movie. No.
Yeah, it's a guy. He's a Shaolin monk. He used to be some kind of assassin, and yeah, it's really cool, man. It's over the top, but graphically, it's really nice, and he does some brutal things to his enemies, man. It's a cold little game, man. You got to just look at the gameplay. It's called Redeemer. It's really dope.
And it's on PC?
It's on PC. It's on Steam. Yeah, and you can also if you played the Ruiner, then you might. It has a similar look to.
Ruiner's another good one.
Yeah, that's the one that I was playing. The Ruiner.
Yeah. It's kind of similar feel to it, except the Ruiner is a little bit more. So what about you, Livewire? Oh man, we are deep tonight. What's up, Lawrence?
Yo, what's good?
What's up with you, man?
Hey, I'm good. I'm chilling. I just wanted to, stop by.
Oh, you wanted to stop by and listen live? Cool. All right, cool.
Live from not the 405, but the 2-0, but close enough.
You ain't gonna have that pink room, are you?
I could have whatever room I want. It's perfect.
All right, yeah. Well, go ahead. No, that room is pink, bro. Go ahead and show it so everybody can see it, man.
Hot pink.
Yeah,
hot pink.
Oh yeah. Okay, sure. Okay.
All right.
Let's get back to it. So, what was the question?
Okay. What about
I didn't know who. I just caught in what you were asking. So don't mind me. Y'all go ahead.
Oh, okay. That's what I'm saying. You're just gonna sit back and listen. Yeah. Anyway, Livewire. What is do you know anything about the whole Jack Tretton story? I guess not. So it's already going down. What about you, Triple
Daddy
Cup?
Daycare.
Yeah, he's Daddy Daycare. Triple Cup.
He got options. It's just simple. He got options. Now you got, like you say, Xbox they got to ended up
ID at Xbox.
Hey, ID at Xbox, and then you got EA. I was trying to think of they have one too, but they got the ended up developers they be doing. So he got options. So if he want to be free, let him fly and see where he go.
All right, cool. All right. Well, let's get on to it. Let's just go ahead and just skip this and get on to Albert Penello. Now, okay, Jack Tretton left on his own terms, right? and Albert Penello is leaving on his own terms. But just like what Jack Tretton was saying, that he was tired of not being a yes man, but giving out ideas, and they're not listening to him the way that he feel that they should come out there and support him as long as he's been there. I wonder if is Albert Penello feeling the same way, and that's why he left Xbox? Because for one reason, he's the guy that's been doing marketing. Marketing has been trash this whole generation for the most part for Xbox.
He's trash.
So the thing of it is that, well, let's go straight to you then, Dragons.
That dude is a cancer. He was holding Phil back.
You think so? I mean, because other people will say likewise.
Listen, dudes, like, you see, when Jack Tretton left Sony, that hurt me. You understand? That dude brings the gamer element into the boss situation. This dude, Albert Penello, is an idiot, man. I'm happy he's gone. Let Phil be as free as he want. Put somebody like
Why is it idiot then?
Because he wants. It's like you gotta have solid ideas. You gotta have, sometimes you're too old to understand Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. That's what he is. When you got to take your cell phone and look 6 feet away with your eyes squinting, maybe you shouldn't have a touchscreen cell phone. Maybe you need a flip phone. He's one of those dudes. He's outdated.
Oh, wow.
It just is what it is. That dude is outdated, man. Everybody got their thing with, who they like. I like people who's open to new ideas, who want to do.
Do you like your Xbox One X?
I love my Xbox One X.
He's part of that.
I understand that.
Yeah, but he been bottlenecking Phil Spencer. Hold
on. It's not just the Xbox One X. We need some goddamn games now.
But he's not in charge of that.
I'm not saying he is, but there's always a bottleneck somewhere.
But why is he being hit on if he has nothing to do with games?
I don't like his ideas. When I see him be interviewed, it's not the vision that Xbox needs to go in. It's not the direction they need to go in. That's what I'm saying. I don't know this dude personally. What I'm saying is, when I see him talking in an interview, I'm like, it's like listening to Peter Molyneux. No matter how good Fable is, I don't want him to talk about it. He's garbage when he talks about it. The game may be fantastic, but if you listen to the dude, you're like, this shit's garbage. It's the same situation. I'm not in touch with the dude. I just think he need to go. I'm not even mad.
Well, he's already gone. He got fired.
I mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not.
He got fired?
Yeah, that's certain rumors there, man.
And I'm not.
I ain't know it's that critical.
Well,
Delilah.
I kind of figured it was that though.
I'm not knocking what y'all saying. What I'm saying is, when I look at an interview,
I get it,
and I hear his words come out, I'm like,
the rumor though that he got fired.
Well, I'm going off about what Boss Move said.
That's what they said.
Got fired, so I was like, well,
they said he got fired.
He got fired. So
he left on his own.
I thought he left on his own.
Stepped down. He didn't resign.
He said he got fired.
I don't want nobody to get fired. I don't
like nobody to get fired. But
I didn't like the interviews.
So regardless if it's a rumor or not, he's not there anymore. And the question that I'm really asking, I mean, he was very important to the Xbox brand, no doubt about it. But a guy that's supposed to be, one of the lead guys from your marketing team.
So y'all think he got fired?
But hold on, Mega, hold on, Juan. First of all, everybody that has, let's say, okay, he's responsible for Xbox One X, right? That don't mean he got those PR skills to be talking. Maybe he's good at what he do. Everybody's not good in the media. You understand what I'm saying? Maybe he just don't fit in that bucket.
They're talking. He was really the only one that made sense to me out of everybody else.
Okay, well, go ahead and speak on it, Delilah.
Delilah, let's go.
What you think about this? About him leaving? Does this hurt at Microsoft, or what's going on?
I think when he did well. I think the division that he was in recently wasn't a good look for him. I think when he was in the hardware department or division, I think that was a better look for him. Moving him to marketing probably was a bad idea. He just couldn't perform well there. So I think that's really all it signals is like, because when you're good at your job, you're gonna keep that job. He was there for 18 years. As soon as they switched him to a different thing, he wasn't able to excel at that. And that's a problem on them for making that decision to switch him there, and that's a problem with him for accepting that change. So man, it is what it is. It's business.
I agree with that. I agree with that. What about you, Infamous? what do you feel about Albert Penello? I mean, how serious was this? Was this for him leaving or getting fired? Whichever one it was. Do you think that this is going to hurt Xbox later down the line?
It's like this. It's like with any other job. If you got fired from your job, that leaves like a unpleasant
stink.
Stink. There you go. That's the. Well, I'm trying to say it the best way I possibly can. But yeah, it don't matter what job you at. If you at Xbox or you working at fries at McDonald's, if you get fired, even if you guys separated not on good terms, that trail of stink is gonna go wherever you go until it stops. Yeah, I believe that he will be successful one day, but he got to understand when you leave a company like that, people talk. You feel me? Mm-hmm. And I just hope that the rumors and the naysayers and the whispers doesn't shadow the fact that he does good what he do. But it be like that sometimes. So I just wish him the best mostly. And hopefully he can do something with his talents.
Okay. Well, yeah, we can land up. What are you gonna say, 100?
I'm gonna put it this way. The man been with that company for 18 years. He didn't make guap. How you know his kids can't grow up?
Why has it got nothing to do with? Why has got everything got to do with money?
Because you get tired of doing the same thing for 18 years. You've been going to that same place for 18 years.
Changed them,
huh?
Changed them to marketing.
No, but I'll put it this way. If you see anybody, we talking about from sports to anybody get fired, right? They don't come out and say, you know what I'm saying, I had a hard decision. I decided to leave after 18 years. I hope the best. Then you have everybody from Microsoft saying, I wish him the best. To me, that's a mutual decision. Like, you know, I'm just tired. You know, I may want to see my kids. I want to see my kids to play football. This ain't like Sony or something. You know what I'm saying? He won't want to see his kids play football. He want to see his grandkids. He been there for 18 years, not 8 years, not 8 months, not 8 days, not 8 hours. 18 years. That's a lot of years.
Yeah, but I mean, again, if you're in a listen to the whole thing
about it. Now they didn't do that for. Okay, let's keep it up. They didn't do that for Bomber. Bomber was a more high executive than he was.
Yeah, he sure was.
They paid Bomber to leave. They didn't see. You see any of Bomber said, I'm leaving Microsoft for the all team. They paid him to shut up and go away. And he's still paying him.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
Obama was a big boy though.
But yeah, if Bomber was think about it with Bomber. When Bomber was there, they was breaking stocks.
Bomber wanted to win. Bomber was just playing out one to win. It wasn't.
Yeah, but think about it. His winning ways wasn't. They stocks were going down on their winning ways.
It got outdated.
Yeah, so it didn't work. So they said, "I'm going to keep up with the times, man." Yeah, so I'm gonna pay him out. So say if they came to a mutual decision. No, so just like a matter of fact, Delilah can say perfect example. Delilah, you're Atlanta Hawks, right? The coach.
Yeah, the Hawks. They just fired our coach. Yeah.
Yeah, no, but y'all didn't fire. That came to a mutual decision.
Yeah, it was a mutual. But I think he was fired.
It was mutual. Yeah, but he came out and said, "Hey, you know what? I spent my time here. I want to move on." Sometimes people want to go do something else.
Yeah, true, but
if they get tired of doing the same stuff,
they keep labeling this dude a bottleneck. So that's not a good thing. That means he's holding somebody back. May not be Phil, but it's somebody.
Maybe Greenberg. If he's working in marketing, then maybe it was Greenberg.
It's holding the other guy because they just let go of another guy that was a huge bottleneck before they promoted Matt Booty. Well, I can't remember his name though.
Oh, I can't remember. I know you talking about
the dude that was over Phil Spencer.
Phil Spencer's spot.
Yeah, the guy who was over.
Yeah, they let him
Spencer.
go.
Yeah,
let him go. So my thing is sometimes
I'm wondering if 108 is getting him confused with Albert Penello. Like
he might be. I don't know. Look. It is what it is.
It do sound like this. Let's sum that up. I could. Who was Phil Spencer's boss? Was it Albert Penello?
It was Terry Myerson for a little bit.
Yeah, Terry
Myerson got. Well, it seems like he got let go. We don't know for a fact.
No, Terry Myerson was definitely a bottleneck.
Yeah, but Terry Myerson, the word on the street was Phil was under him. The whole Xbox division was under him, and then there was a change where Phil sat at the big table, and then soon after, Terry Myerson was on the way out.
You need people in these positions. Like I said, Jack Tretton leaving Sony was a dent. They haven't. Yo, their E3 presentation ain't even the same. Just look at their press conferences. The last years that Tretton hasn't been on stage, these press conferences are garbage for Sony. Garbage.
But that has nothing to do with Albert Penello, though.
Right. No. But I'm saying, like, when Jack Tretton used to come out, people used to listen to him. You know, they clap for him. These dudes is like reading off a cue card, and they just cue card people. You understand what I'm saying? Jack Tretton had personality. Phil Spencer got Well, I don't know. I ain't gonna really say that. He just people love him.
But you're going left. I mean, we're talking about.
I know. Yeah, you are going left.
You're going left. You just going. You're going way left. All right,
Let me ask my question.
Don, go ahead and give me your thoughts on the Albert Penello situation.
I think there's a lot of confusion about Albert's position. He was in charge of marketing. He was in charge of marketing internal, as far as what I've been explained. So, I just talked to Rand about it because he knows some of the higher ups and how they're structured a little bit better than I do. And his title is really confusing because you think, oh, okay, he's in charge of making television commercials and everything else that Xbox fans complain about. No, he's not part of that. He's part of figuring out market trends essentially on the hardware side of things and how to implement the platform itself. So I think he honestly works with, hey, like what things we should implement on the dashboard. He's part of that crew that helped clean up along with other people that don't do the engineering, not Albert, right? Side of things that help with the dashboard, help with hardware, help with the X becoming a reality. He's not directly in charge of the Elite controller, but he probably had some sort of hands in the hardware of that side of things as well. So he helps with that side of the trends. He's been there for 18 years. He's been bounced around between a lot of different positions. He's worn a lot of different hats within the company. I actually think very highly of the dude. But I think ultimately it came down to is they're going through a little bit of restructuring within Xbox. At least that's what it looks like from the outside in. With all the changes on the higher up and people sitting at the big kids table, and you're seeing things with the how publishing is going to be different and how
they're going with fresh blood.
Yeah, so there's a little bit of shuffling going on there as far as that's going, and they may have offered him a position. He's like, you know what, nah, that's cool. I love heart out to you guys. Wish you guys the best of luck. But I've been here 18 years. He's been very high up within Xbox. He's doing just fine. So I don't think it left on as bad terms as people think it is. Mm-hmm. I just don't think it was where the structure was going. He felt like it wasn't quite where he wanted to go. And that's where I look at it. So
okay, all right, cool. What about you, Chuck? What do you think about this?
I mean, I don't really. He was cool. I mean, he ain't really was one of them things that really, put thought into it.
Okay. All right. What about you, Lavoie? No, you good. I was just waiting for you to just say, hey man, I don't know, I don't care. All right. Move on. What about you, Lavoie?
He's how long is it? 18 years. So, most people, especially in those type of positions, they don't stay there but so long. At some point, they're gonna move on. This ain't like your average guy who's, been working for the postal service for like 45 years. Like this, no, that's not how the industry really works. Like they do their time, and 18 years is a long time. Most cats do 10, and then they switch up and go somewhere else, if not 5. So, to me, it's just par for the course. I mean, it's kind of expected. Especially if there's nowhere else for him to move up. Maybe he was trying to move up. And, that might be a possibility. It may not. Like, everyone's different. Like, I tell, like, people like myself, my first 12 years out of college, I worked for people, and then 10 years in academics, and then like 3 years in corporate, and then I just said, "Fuck this shit. I'd rather work for myself. This is some bullshit."
Working
for real shit. Like, at some point, like I mean, but for everybody, it's different. Some people can't deal with that. Like they much rather be told what to do than do what they need to. You know what I mean? Like not everybody's built like that. Like everybody's like, oh, I want to be the boss. Do you? Are you sure? Not everybody has a boss mentality. Some people are just workers. I'm just saying, like.
So, Live, do you think the drama, the idea of him being fired is more exciting to people, right? Or people get more worked up?
He got fired because of Xbox. I mean,
it's just basically the idea.
Yeah, it's just Xbox. But you gotta understand, like my mom, she works for social services for like 30 years. They tried to buy her out of her contract like 4 times. You see what I'm saying? Like you're up there and you're in that company. You've been there for a long time. You making a lot more money than they necessarily want to pay you, but they just can't fire you. You know, and to the point is, and what they sometimes they do for a lot of these corporate jobs is like, say you've been there for a long time. They already got probably somebody like 4 people ready to take his spot that are going to be a hell of a lot cheaper, but they're sitting there like, man, we can't just fire the dude, you know. So what they do is they just throw more shit on your plate.
But they can't. But also they can't.
Uncomfortable for you to,
But hold on. The thing I was going to just say was that this is okay. Which I understand what you're talking about, but this is a different position, and the fact that this guy has been valuable for Xbox. There's actually other people that says that he was one of those go-getters. He was one of the guys that would tout and scream and stomp his foot and say, "This is Xbox. This is what." And I remember one of his famous lines back in 2013 where he was upset about like, "Look, you have no idea what this Xbox is capable of. You just wait." You know what I'm saying? But the fact that they had to rush the Xbox to compete with the PlayStation 4, we seen a different version than what I think that they visioned because of what was going on with DirectX 12 and the cloud and all of that. So. The man.
What I'm saying is just,
like, I don't know.
Sometimes things run their course, right? At some point, people get tired, and even though he has the energy to do the rah-rah stuff and really take on that job for the last 18 years, sometimes you just wake up, just like any job, you just wake up one day and you be like, you know what, this shit ain't fun for me no more. It's not that the job is bad. It's not that the corporation is bad. It's not none of that. It's just you're tired. At some point, LeBron James is gonna have, as much as he loves basketball, he's gonna wake up one day and was like, "This is it. I'm done." Same thing happened to Kobe. Same thing happened to Jordan. Like at some point, it's over. And you just got to be like, all right, well, what's next then?
All right. Well, okay. What about you, Kaleidoscope?
Well. I actually think everybody raised a whole bunch of valid points, everybody from all over. I remember reading his tweets, the people that sent their heartfelt, goodbyes to him on Twitter. And it seems like he was a person that was greatly loved in the company. And it didn't seem like there was anything negative, you know what I'm saying? It seems like he got to that point where he just got tired, you know what I'm saying? 18 years, he got mad cheddar in the bank by now. Shit, he was working for Microsoft. So yeah, go earn that retirement, man. Albert, more power to you.
Yeah, and then big shout out to Boss Moves. He was saying that the Xbox wasn't rushed. Yes, it was. Penello said it himself. I think even Phil and them even said that the Xbox was supposed to come out the year after, and they brought it out early because I think just PlayStation just kind of hit them with a sucker move and just came out early. But they were going to bring it out the year afterwards, and they did all the rushing. They did the situation with the Connect and all that. We already know that, Delilah. I'm not going to get into that. But the thing of it is that there was a lot of. It seemed like there was too many Chiefs and not enough Indians, basically. So what the thing of it was that people were doing all different types of things where you had people that were already like Live maybe saying, or what 100 saying, that maybe these people were already wanting to get out, like what's his name, Matrick. How could I forget that damn name? Like Matrick, he was already wanted to be gone, or he already knew he was leaving, so he probably didn't give a damn, and he was like, force this, force that. It just, it just seems like there was just so much turmoil going on, and so they had to cut the fat away, and they just.
What about Andrew House, Megan? What about Andrew House? I don't see all the fuck when Andrew House left.
Because Andrew House left on a high note.
It wasn't that high. You know how these Japanese companies do. They either get
they left on a high note.
They either demote you or you leave.
Look, he just like Jack Tretton. If Jack Tretton stayed and then left, like in between those 2 years where PlayStation had that sparse moment, then it would have looked bad for him. But he left right at the right time because he knew what was coming.
Okay,
so
what happened to
like
Yoshida?
the direction.
What happened to Yoshida?
Yoshida's still there.
No, but what did he do? He got demoted. He's not running. What you call it no more. They got somebody else. There's another Yoshida or something. It ain't the same person.
Another Yoshida.
Another Yoshida. That's another Yoshida. That's running PlayStation.
But here's the thing. If you work over 6 years, you earn the benefit of the doubt at that point, right? Like, it's hard to navigate those sort of positions in general. And if you didn't contribute something of note, you've been gone much sooner than that, right? So, given the benefit of the doubt, and I would say this to all executive positions, regardless of platform, like, you've been there longer than 4 or 5 years, then obviously you contributed something that you liked about that platform.
Yeah.
That's how I look at Albert. Like, you may not like him, like how he talks or publicly speaks or something like that, but the guy obviously contributed something to the platform.
Right.
If you're an Xbox fan that you enjoy, and that my hat's off to him for that. I mean, be able to be in that high executive position for that long. I mean, you can't be weak. You got to be strong. You got to be able to navigate a lot of waters to get that stuff rolling. And not only to have that, but wear that many hats within Xbox. Like, I'm always going to give the guy the benefit of the doubt. My hat's off to the guy.
I agree.
He's helped out Xbox. He's maybe done some bad things too, right? We don't know those things internally. But I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt because you don't last at a company like that for 18 years unless you have.
That's right. And also he was a part. Yeah, he was a part of the greatest Xbox generation, which is the 360. So again, I mean, it may look to some because he's leaving and where the Xbox is supposedly at to some people that this is the reason why Xbox is going downhill to some of those people out there to think that way. But I don't think it has anything to do with it. I just think it's just, it might be just like a Jack Tretton thing. It's just, hey, it's just time to go. Or if he was probably trying to get a promotion, whatever the case may be. But the man did good things because I do enjoy my Xbox One. And he was there when they were doing the Xbox One X as well. And that's the best console I've ever owned in my entire life. It's a beast. So anyway, let's get on to the next topic, and that is we're going to be talking about Xbox, and since we already stand about Xbox, and something that the CEO of Microsoft, what he said. Now he said, I always get his name always twisted. It's Nadella, right?
Yes, Nadella. Yeah.
Oh, I got it right this time. God damn it. Woo-wee. All right. I've graduated. All right. So Nadella said.
Can you say his first name, though? Satya.
We got to give somebody on the panel some respect before you start that.
What are you talking about? Oh, what happened?
Delilah HD and her predictions of that Microsoft money on Twitter. You need to give us some props for that. Because
can I get into the topic first before?
Oh, my bad. I'm just saying. I didn't want to forget that because I meant to say that earlier.
It wasn't, but you going to you done a lot tonight.
I'm sorry.
Relax.
I'm sorry.
Last week it was 100. Now this week.
Yeah,
no.
He ain't doing 100.
100.
Yeah, because that mute is quick. That mute is quick.
That's right. It's only 100. I'm 108.
That mute button is quick, Jack. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you get the ejecto seat, cuz then I mean, you just really just caused some shit. But anyway, okay. The CEO of Microsoft, he said that Xbox is the highest engagement console out in the market right now. He said, "Look, right now, it's like everybody is all up. They love their Xbox. They love these Xboxes, right?" So, Delilah, big shout out to you. Now, you've seen about this money that Xbox generated. Microsoft reported 26.8 billion. Put your pinky up to your mouth. And 7.4 billion in this quarter alone. So talk to me about this. Is Satya right about this, or is he blowing smoke? Because I mean, there is some competition over there named PlayStation that made tons of money too, and has the market share and all that other garbage that people talk about.
Ooh, I do believe he's right in some aspects. I mean, if you think about Xbox, they play online more than PlayStation. I would assume. I'm making an assumption, so don't shoot me. But,
oh, here come the Sony ponies.
Right, but no, it's one of those things to where I think he look at the engagement in regards to like 59 million people on Xbox. Right. And he looking at the fact that they able to see stats as far as how many people are online at a time, whether they're using it for watching TV, Netflix, blah, blah, blah. I think he looking at it in that aspects more so than just looking at it at games. So maybe his statement is a bit of a stretch. And when you look at just core gaming alone, but I do think he's right. I don't necessarily think that he's incorrect in making that statement. You may have people that come out, he's wrong, blah, 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 because PlayStation has 40 million people, but how many of those
32.8
on PSN.
Yeah,
32.8.
Yes.
So I mean, clearly there's a huge discrepancy between 59 versus 32 points. So it's maybe that's just how they're looking at it. I mean, of course, I'm not able to see the numbers that they're able to see, but I am able to see those financials though. So that's why I was able to make my prediction. I am a shareholder, and I'm able to get some of the releases that they do prior to.
She's a genius. She's a genius.
So I mean, this is the same trends were like the same for last year. So I don't understand why it was a big deal. When I got into a debate with somebody online over this, I'm like, look, they're not going to give up that $7 billion check. I mean, who does that? Who would want to give up that kind of money? Nobody, right? So,
right.
When fanboys
they don't give up that, so how are you gonna give up $7 billion?
So my point is when fanboys come at me with, "Oh, Xbox gonna be out of business in 2 years," or "Xbox gonna be blah blah," you would give up a $7 billion check for real? In a $59 million, 59 million people on a certain platform. Get out of here. So they,
But you know what? They're really smart though for that Fortnite and that PUBG. Because you can't, especially Fortnite, it's free to play, but you can't play without Xbox Live. PlayStation, they don't connect it, so you could play it without being on PSN. That was a dumbass move.
But see, I think, and the way you put it, people will play more on PlayStation because they don't got to pay anything, right? So I mean, you would think, right?
Yeah,
but at the same time,
PlayStation is not an online community. I never thought that.
Oh,
right? I mean, come on. You know they do.
Stop it. We can't be messy.
All fanboy stuff aside.
Yeah,
Microsoft has been doing this for years. Like I said, I think the statement is accurate. How accurate, I don't know, but yeah. So that's all I got.
Well, you said plenty. All right, what about you?
Man, let me get in there.
Well, okay, well, I was going to go to Lawrence because Lawrence didn't say nothing in a minute. I mean, he ain't saying nothing. He just fucking.
He's just spectating.
Well, he is spectating. That's right.
Spectating. I was spectating, but like I said, when Delilah put those numbers up, and like you can't argue with the numbers, and it's funny how so many times you hear about the Sony ponies, especially when they be on like Hunter's videos, your videos. It's crazy, but people don't understand. Xbox is Microsoft is still doing their thing. Xbox is still a powerhouse, whether they have quote unquote have games or not.
I think Microsoft is experiencing what people call death by perception. People perceive things one way when it's actually another way.
Exactly. I was just about to get to that. I mean, that's exactly what it is. The perception right now, things ain't in their favor right now, but they're still a heavy hitter. I mean, it is what it is. So, like I said, Delilah said, I don't think it might be true. Maybe. I just don't know how true that is. It might be one of those things, just how people make those titles just to grab your attention, just for you to look at the article or whatever. But I don't know. It's
Xbox people
somewhat
true. All right.
One thing with Xbox people and PlayStation people, right?
Yeah.
The attach rate with games until it was Dreamcast, right? They had the highest attach rate with console with people purchasing games. It was like 4.5. People would buy a console, buy 4.5 games. Xbox has the highest attach rate per console and multiple games in the history of gaming. PlayStation people, this is facts. From Japan to the United States, you got Gran Turismo fans, you got Final Fantasy fans, or God of War fans, or now Horizon Zero Dawn. They like a particular thing. You understand? Xbox players buy a general consensus of games. That's just been the facts. So them having those numbers is because the Xbox community, they go out there to get the God of Gears of War. They'll buy Halo, then they'll buy Call of Duty, then they'll have Battlefield. They'll have assortment of games. But PlayStation people, if you look at back in the days with the they used to show pictures of PlayStation 2 owners. They had every Final Fantasy. What else did they own? Nothing. That's just that's the difference between the two communities. Besides the online, is that they're stuck on a franchise, whereas Xbox people are stuck on different games. That's all it is.
Okay. Well, okay. What about you, Chuck? What about you, Chuck?
All right. I mean, they both hit with some good points, so I don't even have to touch on that. So, the angle I want to hit is when you got a game that's being marketed, right? You got to pay for these marketing rights. Everybody keep talking about Xbox need more marketing rights, market this, market that. But if you notice, PlayStation getting all these marketing rights. But if you come on, if a game sell 10 million on your console and 10 million on the other console, give or take a couple million, but you'd have paid 7 million just for the marketing rights, who gonna actually win the most? So you might have marketed the game, but people gonna buy the game regardless on the system they own, who they want to play with, regardless of who got the marketing rights. Of course, it's gonna give perception that this game is only on such and such. But you know what I'm saying? People be thinking casual people are stupid. Man, casual people are not that damn dumb. They say, oh, I got an Xbox. They see the marketing rights saying PlayStation. They say, man, I'm gonna go get that for my Xbox. They ain't gonna say PlayStation. They just gonna think about video games. When they see Xbox, they think about video games. They don't really just associate when they see a PlayStation for PlayStation. They just associate PlayStation for video games. Nintendo, same thing, video games. A lot of kids, they mamas, they say, oh, Nintendo got a good you know what I'm saying, a thing about themselves where, it's kid friendly. So mamas, when they see it, they see Nintendo. Okay, here you go, bam. That's how Nintendo gonna always be relevant. Mario, same thing. They know that who Mario is like, giving a child something to play with where you don't got to worry about. Boom. So it's always gonna be there. So the numbers is always gonna be high for that. So people be talking about Nintendo got these games and they sell these net. No, people buy Nintendo games half of the time just to get a kid something to do. They don't care if the game good or not. That's regardless. So Nintendo don't have to compete with Microsoft and Sony. So that's why I was saying about with the marketing rights, it still does not matter. They're gonna make their money regardless. So why? They're making more money that way. Keep the party going.
Well, okay, I can agree. But this is one thing right here.
You gotta repeat that. We didn't hear you, Mega.
Sentiment. I can agree with some of the sentiment that he was saying.
Hey, did y'all already talk about Lady Infamous? You know she got 1,000 on
Did she get it?
She got her 1,000.
Oh, she hit it.
Congratulations.
Welcome to monetization.
Money.
Oh, yeah,
we gotta have a toast for Lady Infamous.
Yeah, we're gonna have a toast.
Yo, check this out, man. I'm finna give up a $60 gift card to Xbox, PlayStation, Steam, or Amazon. You gotta be, the first step is you gotta be subscribed to the channel if you're trying to get this paper. Let's get it.
Let's go. She giving away stuff. That's what I'm talking about.
Give it away.
Man, give it away. All right. Congratulations.
Nice.
All right.
Congratulations.
Okay. What about you, Don? What's going on with this?
What part? The engagement thing?
Yeah, the engagement thing.
Yeah. So I think you can't really argue that engagement is not tied to income at this point. I think people want to make some sort of thing. No, it's they're not playing games or doing this on their Xbox or not. It doesn't matter. They're in the storefront as soon as you log into your Xbox, or I'm sure it includes the Xbox app on your PC as well. And when you're there, you have access to things you can purchase. One of the other things that Microsoft also does really well is they own Azure. And
Azure.
Azure, sorry. It's a late night for me, man.
Let him be country.
This is my second podcast too, so
I'm sorry. I had to.
But they own their own servers, right? So that's a big part of it. That's also profitable for them. So they're just making additional money on top of that. And then you have the most reliable network. They protect their customer base as a platform. So, on the Sony side, a lot of their customers they engage on that platform. I don't know what the percentage is. No one really knows, right? But you hear about the number one thing sold on Amazon is PlayStation gift cards. The reason for that is certain people don't feel comfortable having their credit card there. When you have a barrier where someone has to take an additional step to buy something on your platform, that hinders your sales to a certain degree, right? So when you have better engagement, you have customers feel protected putting their information on your system. You remove those barriers where they can actually make purchases. And it's not just about, hey, this attachment rate of this game. It goes further than that. What I'm also hearing, this is just rumor mill that I've water cooler talk, but a lot more people also engage with additional purchases on games they already have. So DLC, map packs, those sort of things. Xbox has a higher engagement there as well. So there's a reason why you see that discrepancy between PlayStation's profits and the Xbox division's profits is they don't own their own servers. You don't have people feel as comfortable putting their credit card information there. And then you have a higher attachment rate on not only in-game purchases as well. So,
yeah, all right, that makes sense. What about you, Kaleidoscope?
No comment.
No comment.
Everybody done said it all, man.
They hit from all angles, huh?
Yeah, they hit it from every side. Anybody else want to touch on this before we go to the next topic?
No, y'all took the words out of my mouth.
All right, next topic. All right, let's go. All right, so now as we was talking about enough Xbox, let's get to Sony, because you know what? There's just not enough Sony news. I think even PlayStation guys like to talk about Xbox. So how about Xbox? Pro Xbox-centric podcast talk about PlayStation. You know what I'm saying? We're all gamers here. We all own everything. So let's talk about it, right? All right, so this is I found pretty interesting. And that has to do with PlayStation is now going to go all out on services. Yes. Now, look, I understand everybody was anticipating Halo to come to their PlayStation 4, to their Nintendo Switch sometime here in the future. But I'm looking forward to playing some Bloodborne on my Xbox. Okay, now I'm playing. It's not going that far, but this is what they're going to do, right? Okay. Sony is offering free Netflix with their subscriptions. Also, now just let me be country because I'm gonna try to say this guy.
You said free Netflix?
Yeah.
So they T-Mobile now?
Yeah, they doing TV.
3 months, but there's a catch though. You gotta be sent an email by Sony.
Which is the PlayStation.
But I'm just
saying, going to do all that shit, man.
Okay, hold on. Okay, but hold on. It gets better, right? It gets better. Hiroki.
What's his initials, man? Just say the initials.
Let me just say this: Hiroki Tatuki. I can
just
say
type
that.
it in the chat.
Oh my god!
he like to butcher him. Come on, the X-Man for real.
Oh man, come on, man. That's how you say his name.
Nigga, he has ADHD.
Stop it, man. Stop it. So I'm throwing this in here. But anyway,
like that.
Okay, I'm gonna type it in there. But while I get some questions from you. But anyway, he said that Sony aims to expand PS Network and promote mobile gaming, TV, and music. Plus, they're thinking about expanding their services even further than that. So again, what I want to know, doesn't this sound something like what Xbox has been trying to do, or what they've been saying is that they wanted to expand their services as well? So I'm gonna go straight to you, Triple Cup, and see what you think about this. What is this? Does this sound like the same thing that Xbox was talking about?
Talking about back in 2013 when Xbox was showing the TV and stuff.
No. Well, other than the TV, I'm talking about now when they were talking about Xbox was saying that they wanted to expand their services beyond the console. it sounds like PlayStation is wanting to do the same thing.
Yeah. I mean, now it's a good thing. It's like the thing that we always going through, like the goalpost is always being moved. I mean, because it's like just follow the patterns. Everybody's complaining about, oh, Xbox ain't got no JRPGs, and now all of a sudden we don't have no single player experience games and stuff like that. Now since Sony is falling behind something that Microsoft is doing, now Microsoft they was overlooking, and you ain't really hear too much about it. Now watch how Sony gonna get a whole lot of praise from it. I mean, to me, it's cool. I mean, it's a good thing because in actuality, it's gonna give more people more opportunity to become gamers. So that means the bigger the community could be, that means the more people could talk about games, the more games that could be made and developed for everybody. I'm not a person that's, selfish about a game. Like, man, lock this game down. I mean, I don't care if somebody else could play it, to be honest with you, me personally. And if Microsoft don't care, why should I care? So, like, with me,
that's people that care.
I mean, they got people that care, but I'm like one of the people like, oh, we got exclusive. What games y'all got? If I say a game, if it's just because if it's a multiplayer, I still could play it. I mean, I could see if I couldn't play it, but if I could play it, I could play it. So it's a game.
Okay. That's all right. Well, no, I mean, I feel you on that. Okay, so you're a little bit different. I mean, I think other people on this panel is going to be feeling differently about it. But what about you, Kaleidoscope? What are you, when you hear about this? There's a guy from Sony that's saying that they're going to expand their services. What does that, how do you feel about that?
Well, more power to them. All right. From what I'm understanding, they're also expanding on mobile. Right. Don't they have one of the hottest selling mobile games that's generating them like a shit ton load of money?
Yeah, I'm looking for it right now because I talked about it a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, we talked about it a couple of weeks ago and whatnot. So they're making crazy cheddar. They're making crazy bank over there. So it just makes sense that you want to expand into that. You know what I'm saying? To make it even to reap the benefits, especially since there's so many gamers out there in the world now. And more gamers keep coming in each and every day. And if you think about it, cell phones, everybody has a cell phone. Not everybody has a gaming console.
Yeah, that's true. But speaking of which, you guys, I got to wrap it up. I got to head out. So thank you for having me on the show tonight. K-Meg, I appreciate it.
Cool. Yep. We only got 30 minutes before we get out of here. Yep.
Wrap it up.
You want to tell everybody where they can find you?
Sure. You can follow me on Twitter at Delilah_HD. Yes, you can also catch me tomorrow on Grown Women Gaming Podcast at noon Eastern on Lady Infamous channel. Thank you, everyone, and I'll catch you guys next week.
All right.
See you. The lady with 1,000.
Yep.
Peace.
Yep. Well, that ain't the lady with 1,000. That's Delilah.
I was talking about the Lady Infamous channel, the lady with 1,000.
Oh.
It's all good.
Yeah, I'm still trying to. Yeah,
there's a lot of people playing. Everybody has a cell phone. All right, even little kids going to what? They in kindergarten with cell phones. What the hell they need a cell phone for? But still, it's a market that you would want to expand into. All right, because there's a lot of money to be made there. Most of the games are for free, but then they get you with the DLC. All right, here are 99 cents for this stage, 99 cents for this stage. Next thing you know, you got $1 million seller. So it just makes sense, man. They need to generate revenue somewhere else than just the PlayStation. All right, because the PlayStation is bringing in bank, but it's probably not bringing as much bank as like the mobile division. The mobile division is going to be their cash cow in the future. I have a feeling.
Right. Okay. What about you, Don? Where are you up on this? I mean, when you hear about services and, PlayStation expanding, I mean, you think that there'll be PlayStation fans to give Sony hell for them trying to expand beyond the console?
There's nothing wrong with expanding. I think that's the key word. There's key wording where you say expanding. You're like, oh, they're not taking things away. You kind of have to reassure people when you're making radical changes to things you're doing within the platform. And changes are going to be happening on all the major gaming platforms. I mean, don't be surprised Nintendo tries something down the road as well, right? And they're known to do their own thing, but if there's money to be made there's going to be pressure from investors to do something similar that's successful on other platforms. So, Sony, I mean, I don't think there's a single Sony guy I've personally met that hates the idea of Game Pass. They love it. And they may not talk about it a whole lot, but if you genuinely just sit down with somebody, they love the idea of Game Pass. So this kind of falls more in line with that. And there are there's money to be made there that's continuous revenue stream that allows more games to be successful on the platform. So I want them to do it, to be totally honest with you. And this is competition is good because now you'll have Microsoft having competition. You'll have EA having competition with their service as well. So this, if they do something like Game Pass, I'm all aboard. I think that's going to be a great thing. So
yeah. I'm with you. I'm with you. I don't see anything wrong with what Xbox is doing, and I don't have a problem with what PlayStation is going to do. I mean, but it does seem like they're going more for the mobile market because that's where a lot of money is aimed at. So, what about you, Livewire? What do you feel about this? All right.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Go ahead, Infamous.
Well, this is the thing with Sony. When they think of something, it's innovating, it's new, it's fresh, it's exciting, but Xbox been on this though, and it seemed like nobody don't want to bat an eye. They thought our services was trash, and now Sony want to pick up on what we got. Just like it's like this with business. It's like somebody has an idea. When your ideas start bringing up revenue, then you got other people and other companies that want to imitate what you do so they can get some paper. And that's how it is. Like I said, I don't know about the mobile. I don't even play mobile. I got too much. I'm grown, man. I do work on my phone while I'm en route doing what I got to do. I don't be sitting here playing these games. I'm here writing notes, making phone calls, doing business, adult stuff. You know what I mean? So if you ask me, do I got a mobile game on my phone? No, I don't, because I got other shit I got to do. But for them to pick it up, that's their business. Congratulations and all that. But I ain't going to front. Xbox has the best services ever. Period. Dot. I had never had a problem with hacking my account, taking my bank card, and my information gets stolen. If I have a faulty purchase, they always hook me up. They make sure I'm straight. And that's all that matters to me when it comes to a service, is to make sure that I have my peace of mind and to make sure that when I'm spending my money is well spent. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Do I feel like that with PlayStation? The first thing when I bought me a PlayStation, the first things all my friends told me was, don't put your bank information in there.
Nope.
I'm like, why? I do the same thing with my Xbox. They're like, yeah, but they more liable to get hacked. So I'm just saying, more power to them. If they find other avenues to make their paper, go ahead and make their paper. But like I said, like maybe a year ago, Xbox was coming out with the same services, and they were saying we was trash.
Yeah, that's where Xbox was going, away from the console. That the console was almost going to be obsolete. And really, what was funny when I read that article, it was from DualShocker. So if you want to go check it out, go definitely check it out. There, because that's where I got the information. But there were some PlayStation fans there were some that were pretty upset. There were others that tried to spin it again and go after Xbox and saying, well, it's not like Xbox where games are on PC where they lose their first party exclusives. And and again,
that's see that all the time.
Yeah, and that's the most ignorant thing that you can say, because of course we know that Microsoft owns Xbox and Microsoft owns Windows. And when you're playing games on Windows, that money is going back to Microsoft. So I don't,
I think it's important. I think it's also important to separate the fan base, right? So
right.
The PlayStation fan base that kind of is anti-Xbox, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is not all Sony's fans, but a percentage of them, right? That think in that way, and I think that defensively.
I think it's a small minority, though.
Yeah,
vocal minority, though.
But yeah, that mentality, that group of people that think that way, that's not Sony thinking that way. Right, so you got to be careful. You have to kind of, if you're a fan of whatever console it is, you got to pay attention to what that platform is saying and what they're not saying is also key. Because if they're not saying anything against the idea of services, guess what? It's going to be coming down the road. So if Xbox does something and you see Sony not try to downplay or not do anything about it, there's a chance they may going to hit that platform. So just be careful, because I see this a lot where people kind of stick their foot in their mouth over and over and over and over again. Mostly because I don't know what the motivation is. I don't think that way, but you just got to be careful what's going on. So when you say that, and it's not Sony is the corporation saying that. It's the fan base that doesn't like Xbox. That are Sony fans.
No, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. And that game, it's a Fate Grand Order. That's the mobile game from Sony. And I remember talking about that story where a guy spent $70,000 on that game, and it was pretty. And he spent $500 on each character. And this guy was named Diego. He was 31 years old and said, he plays most of the day, and he eats, drives, bathes, playing that game. And it's Sony's most profitable game. So of course, if Sony's making their most profit from a mobile game, then why not them wanting to reach out and try to put some of maybe their PlayStation exclusives out there to get people excited. So I mean, I don't know, but anybody else want to touch on this?
Gotta keep it moving, man.
All right.
Hey, but can we just agree to call them Microsoft exclusives to kill all that?
Look, man. To me, it's like, look, if that game is not on a PlayStation or Nintendo,
exactly,
it is an exclusive. It doesn't matter if it's on PC. Look, I bought Noonie Cooney on the place. I mean, on a PC, but that's still on PlayStation. So to me, it's still their exclusive.
It's the console exclusive.
Yeah, well, it's a console exclusive.
The last time I checked, when you open up your Windows 10 and you go pull up your Xbox app, it says Xbox. Right. So Xbox is an Xbox exclusive. That's their storefront. It's their digital front. So it's one of those arguments that's not even worth talking about. It's not even worth engaging. To be honest.
I mean, that's why I always say a Microsoft exclusive. Like, it's just a Microsoft exclusive. So either way you look at it, it's Microsoft.
Well, before we get into next to our last topic,
those are the fanboys that say that. So,
I just want to say, ask Don this because I don't think I've ever heard your response on this. When people tell me that, well, those Xbox games are on Steam too, so that makes it where it's not an exclusive.
You understand, Steam is one of Microsoft's biggest customers.
Well, I know that, but I mean, obviously,
but that's the answer, right? You know, so they're not as disconnected as people think they are in regards to that. And then a lot of the technology that runs games behind the scene, Microsoft gets a cut of that too, as well. That ends up on Steam. So, they have a good relationship with one another. I mean, Steam wants to be independent from Microsoft, but they need each other. And every time. The one time I think Steam tried to go away from one another was going their Linux and that whole Steam machine thing.
Yeah,
it didn't work well for them. So they do 100% need each other. Like I don't hold any weight in that. Like that's just you're insecure about your platform that you decide to play on. That's the way I look at it. And I don't think Microsoft cares. That's the whole thing. Is they wouldn't put it there if they didn't care. If they cared, they wouldn't put it there. I mean, kind of get where I'm going with that? Like,
right, yeah.
So, I mean, they get their cut one way or the other. It's a different percentage. The economics end up being different, but they benefit in other ways too. It's Microsoft's best interest for the PC platform to be healthy, their cloud service to be healthy, and their console business to be healthy.
Right.
One's not meant to replace the other. They want all of them to be successful. If you look at the number where, like, you see Phil say a certain percentage of gamers within a certain time frame, he believes that because those are all platforms that games can excel and we all can be playing. Now, there's some rough edges with crossplay and stuff like that, but here's the thing: is if you're done with Xbox, whatever it may be, it's like I'm going PC. Cool, you go PC, you invest in your rig, right? Because Microsoft doesn't lose you as a customer. That's what's important. And that's the whole point of that. And then guess what? Some people get sick of their PC, or it's cheaper just to, instead of upgrading their PC, just to go to console at the time, depending on what their rig is. And they may want the simplicity of console. People go bounce back and forth between PC and console a lot. And they wouldn't offer that crossplay unless that was a factor into it. So they know what they're doing. It's not a big deal. It's a Microsoft it's an Xbox exclusive because it's under the Xbox app. Right. If it happens to be on Steam, good for Steam, they get a cut, but doesn't mean Microsoft doesn't get their cut either. So,
absolutely right. I mean, well said. Well said. I hope all the haters out there and the naysayers caught that, because I mean that's exactly, you know, how I've been trying to explain it. I mean, I just didn't explain it as well as you did. But again, there's some people in the chat that's saying that that an Xbox addict's funeral is tomorrow. So rest in peace. Man, hope you know what I'm saying, hope God holds it tight when he's
I still haven't come to terms with that. That sucks.
Yeah, but I want to shout out to Microsoft with Mikey Barrow. I mean, what Microsoft did today, they did on Mixer. That was classy. And I never saw no one done that. They actually went on Mixer and they just took his videos and stuff, and they gave him like a classy something.
Oh, really? On their Xbox
something
on Mixer?
Yeah, they went on on Mixer, and they didn't have to do it
on Twitter.
That's nice. And they're saying that they're trying to raise money for his family. See, things like this is why I can, you know what I'm saying? I'm always going to be a gaming fan. I'm always going to own a PlayStation or a Nintendo. I'm always going to, you know, I'm a multi-console owner, but I don't see me ever going back to being a diehard PlayStation fan again because of things like this. I mean, this is, you know what I'm saying, when you talk about real life and these companies should, you know what I'm saying, when they say that they don't give a shit about you, that they're only just looking for your dollar, they didn't have to shout out anybody. They didn't have to do any of this. And
you know, anyone who actually works at a corporation, the perception on the outside versus what's going on the inside, two different things. Different things entirely. Yes, there are some people that's all their job is to count money and find ways to make money. But a lot of people work at Xbox because that's what they're passionate about. And to share that passion with somebody that's a consumer, you know, that's all that is, right? You know, and it's really putting the bullshit aside and just showing the guy proper props, because he's, you know, I would say he considered himself a fanboy, but he is the best example of what a fanboy can be. Absolutely. Right? It takes that whole negative name calling and flips it on his head, and it turns it into a positive thing. So, I mean, shout out to that guy. Like, you know, we need more people like that. We need more people on both platforms like that.
Right.
And, you know, I'm glad his name's in Sea of Thieves and everything else. So I'm glad Xbox did that. Thanks for letting me know that 100. Is this something I can go back and watch again?
Yeah, you can go back and watch it. Aaron Greenberg had posted it out today. It was posting that all out today. Like I said, I was, you know, to me, I was like, you know, like like you said, I haven't come to grips with it my damn self. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's, to me, is I was shocked, but that don't get put out in the forefront. I don't see the IGNs or nothing like that say anything about that. You know what I'm saying? That's, you know, but I love how the community came together. I see a lot of people change their avatars to his things. You know, like you say, he was a fanboy, but he, you know what I'm saying? But he did it in a positive way. And you got to respect that.
And then offer a little bit of clarification. So if we go watch it and the ads and all that sort of stuff helps raise money for his family, right?
That's what
yeah, but no, they had a funny. They had a go. But you know, I think Xbox just wanted to do it on their own.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah, well, I think that's awesome.
Wanted to do, and to me that's cool. That mean is, you know, they don't feel like they're no better than me, you, and anyone else. They humans.
Right. That's. I mean that's.
Actually, it was a fan that loved their product as well. You know what I'm saying? So.
Right. I mean, he represented. I mean, I'm saying one thing. Like I said, after I listened to that video where he stated the fact that he wanted to die and that he once he got paralyzed, and then when he, you know, Xbox brought him out of that, you know what I'm saying? It, you know, my situation is nowhere near relatable in that situation where he had to go through that type of agony. But just for me, it's like when I bring up the situation about me and my son and how I took him to his very first Halo night where was the LAN parties, and he, you know what I'm saying, and he was about 6 at the time, 7 maybe. And, you know, and I made him stay, and I didn't make him, but I had him stay up late, and then, you know, he was tired. I called him to school for him, but I want him to experience it. And And at that time, I really didn't want to. I was really kind of getting tired of playing games, but Halo brought me back into gaming hard again. And so those type of things, like when that just resonated with me in a way that's like, you know what? That's what gaming is all about. Because yeah, these haters out here will try to tear you down and rip you to shreds to make you feel like you ain't worth shit. But when you hear somebody brings up the reason why you love gaming the way that you do, that just revitalize and recharge the batteries even more, because that's why I game. That's why I do this.
Well, if you look at the motley crew that we have here, right? Like we're in parties together, we play together, we play different games together.
Yeah.
Gaming is what brought the most unlikely of people together.
Absolutely.
You ain't lying. You ain't lying about that.
You're right.
You ain't lying.
That's the power of gaming. And here's the thing, like it brings us together, and then we find out that we have certain things in common, and we have certain things that are uncommon, but it expands people's horizons. And so that's what the virtual world does for people that interact with it. It just brings the most unlikely people together, and they become friends. My friendships are much more important that I made on a gaming console than some of the people I meet in real life. Just because I know certain people on Xbox Live that will go back to me, and vice versa. And I think it comes back to Xbox Addict. He was that guy. They would go to back for you. His friendships with people on Xbox Live mattered a lot, and he liked to share that stuff.
Yeah, so I mean that's awesome, man. I mean, just that's what it's out there, man. To all the gamers out there, man, you feel this, man. So you know what, if what I'm saying, to give one last big hoorah for our main man, you know what I'm saying, not as because he was an Xbox guy, because he was a gamer, man. Just throw a 1 up in the chat, man. Just throw a 1 to give him a sign out, man. And you know what I'm saying, God rest his soul. So anyway, let's get to our last topic. I will definitely I forgot about the whole Halo going to PC thing, but we'll talk about that. I'll make a video about that. We could probably talk about it next week or something. I don't care. But what I want to talk about is like our topic of the week, and that is options versus facts. Because to me, today, there was a person, my boy Wendy, you know what I'm saying? He was, you know Wendy, Don. I mean, he was one of the original Next Podcast members before he couldn't do it. He had to work. You know what I'm saying? I like Wendy. Wendy's a good dude, right? So somebody posted something, which I think was Rand. It was Rand Arthur, right? And it was and then Wendy said facts. And so I said, look, I said, just because I like Rand, I got no problem with Rand. I respect his opinion. You know what I'm saying? I actually kind of forgot what the point was. I mean, what he said, but what it was is that it was his opinion. It was Rand's opinion. And you said that those were facts. And then that's not a fact. That is an opinion. And that is what you was talking about earlier, where people perceive these rumors and everything else as facts. And they're nothing more but just rumors or other people's opinions. So I want to go to you, Infamous. What do you think about this? Why so many people want to believe options over the actual facts? Because
the facts is something that they don't want to hear. It's very simple. It's just common sense. I mean, it's all right to have an opinion, but you can't make it a fact unless it's an actual fact. People say what they want to say because they want to be heard, and they feel like their opinion is better than someone else's, which is not correct. Mm-hmm. People that have an opinion don't want to understand a person that has facts, because that's the shit that they don't want to hear. That's just plain and simple. When I have facts, I have receipts. Okay, personally, with me, with anything. If I'm speaking some actual factuals, I'm gonna make sure I have some receipts. If I'm speaking an opinion, it don't matter if it's food, gaming, sports, whatever kind. If somebody may not like my opinion, and they are entitled to that, you know what I mean? They can do that, and I won't be tripping. But you want to add a little extra with it, like, oh, I don't like your opinion, you trash, or your gaming is trash, or the people that you hang around with is trash. That's the shit that's petty. And that's the shit that I really don't got no time for. I'm all about playing these games and getting these facts as far as content who's doing these games. What are these numbers that's being sold? What my friends think about these games. Those are facts to me. But like I said, it's okay to have an opinion. But anything more than that, you doing too much. You being petty.
Yeah, I agree. Brujo X. Yeah, that's your name. Brujo? Really? Okay. Anyway, Brujo X. Anyway, he said, should the title game of the generation come after the generation is over? And he says, we'll see. We still got big hitters like Red Dead Redemption on the way. And he's absolutely right. They're already giving God of War the game of the generation. And the little bit that I played, God of War does seem pretty cool. I don't know. I just still got to keep going through it. I told my boy Sinvedetta that I was going to be non-judgmental on this game. But for so many people that love that game, I understand that they might think that the crap says it's the best single player game he's played ever. And you know what I'm saying? But we also hear that people say that it's not a 10, it's a 9. But to already give those type of titles, that's the type of thing that we're talking about right here. It's like, look, the generation's not even over. Red Dead 2 is a behemoth. There's some other great bangers. Tomb Raider's going to be coming. There's a lot of great games that's going to be coming. So what do you think, Kaleidoscope, about this whole options and facts deal?
Well, it's the way Lady broke it down, man. It's just opinions versus actual facts. If a fact is something that you could actually verify, if you can't verify it, then it's just your opinion. Facts. All right. For example, I had an issue the other day with Wendy himself. I posted a video and whatnot, and I guess it bothered him. I wasn't throwing salt at the PlayStation tonight, and I was just talking about a graphical comparison between Rise Son of Rome, a game that came out at the beginning of this generation, versus God of War, that just came out in 2018. And there are actually videos all over YouTube showing side-by-side video comparisons as far as the graphics. All right, but somehow I guess it bothered him and whatnot. Even though I wasn't throwing salt or shade, I was just saying, like, it kind of boggles the mind that, they said that the Xbox One was so underpowered and all this shit, but yet Rise did it at the beginning of this generation in 900p.
Right.
All right.
Rise,
that's all I said.
Yeah.
And yet it bothered him, like, no, that you don't know what you're talking about, this, and that. I was like, dude, go on YouTube. There's multiple videos all over the place that's addressing the same situation, showing you side-by-side comparisons. This is not something I'm pulling out my ass. All right, it's an actual fact. He's like, no, that's your opinion. I was like, it's not my opinion. You could go verify the video feeds for yourself. All right, that's the difference. That's when you got to understand the difference between what is fact and what is opinion. An opinion is your opinion based on something, but a fact is something that you could verify.
Right.
If you can't verify it, then it's not an actual fact. It's your opinion.
Absolutely right. What about you, 108?
Well, let me tell you something. I base my channel basically off facts, and I very rarely give my opinion. I give, sometimes I give my opinion, or I'll give them an idea about something, but I don't never turn what I feel into a fact. And when these people listen to certain situations and they hear facts, they don't want to go by the fact. They want to go by turning something into a fact if it's an opinion, because that's what they wanted to hear. Yeah. That's what we're going through. That's mostly what it is. They'll hear somebody say, well, Xbox, if they don't show one AAA title, it's a fail. Yup, it's a fail. Yup, it's a fail, because I'm a PlayStation fan. And if they don't show one game, it's a fail. Those are the people who want to hear what they want to hear. That's all it is. That's basically what it is. Most people don't want to hear the truth anyway. Back in the days, we all know what Jack Nicholson said. You can't handle the truth. and that's just what it is. People don't want to hear the truth. They want to hear what they want to hear to make their opinions important or make their opinions valid. That's all it is.
Yeah. All right. What about you? Are you back, Lafleur? No, baby dude. I saw him pop up there, but I guess he's
like baby bravo.
Triple Cup Chuck, where you at, man?
Yeah. All right, I'm the complete opposite of Dragon. Oh, I'm doing straight opinion pieces. I mean, not in a bad way, but like he doing straight facts. I do straight opinion. When I say doing opinion, I say what I would like to see, what I think, or or how I feel. I never make a statement saying this is what it is. I say, well, this what it should be, or this what I would like it to be. So that's how you know when a person saying their opinion compared to somebody saying, you know what I'm saying, when giving raw facts, like how Collado was saying, he bringing, you know what I'm saying, the trail behind him, and even Lady Infamous got to have the receipts. You know what I'm saying? That's when you bring in facts. And I hear a lot of people, they are miscrew opinions for facts, and that just boggles my mind. Like, why do people do that? Like, somebody was saying, Smash Brothers is the best fighting game of all time. I'm like, man, that's an opinion. It don't matter how many they sold.
Yeah, that's
it's still an opinion,
right?
Because a best fighter was pretty much based on the individual, and you can't tell him he's saying facts, and I'm like, man, you saying the wrong word, and you the wrong person using the wrong word. But I digress on that. And I had the same incident with that y'all was having with Wendy. I don't know what it is, but I've been catching that breeze too. But that's pretty much how I feel the same way. You know, a fact is a fact, and you can't change that. You can bag it up, and the opinion is letting the person know how you feel. And when you make an opinion, make it sound like a stated as this an opinion. Don't try to dilute it and try to make it sound like you saying that like this is a fact.
You got some content.
It seems like that. It seems by stating that it's facts that ends the argument.
Right, and they'll take their opinion and twist it into a fact, and it's not. Like I said, when I go into something that's a fact, it's something that, you know, I like to provide links and information so you could read it for yourself. Don't believe me. Believe what I'm putting. Believe the source. Believe the source, and then I'll say, but you know, in my opinion, I think it should be this. But this is what it is. You don't have to agree with it.
Sometimes you can't believe the source either.
I mean, true, but true.
I've been fugazied on that shit too. Read the story, believe the shit, and stuff like that. That's why you don't see me do nothing leaked. I refuse to do that shit.
Me and you both. I always be like, I hate to talk about rumors. I'm not talking about rumors because that'll jam you up. You be biting your tongue. Just like people went out there. Not to get off subject, going left, but people said Sea of Thieves is not going to sell. This is not what people want to play. So those people that said that had to make a rebuttal video on why this is successful, why people are playing it. That's buffoonery. You shouldn't have ever put yourself out there. You don't know what people want to play.
Accept your L, pretty much.
Yeah. I mean, it came out number 2 on the MPDs, and that's physical, not even digital.
Look. Collada, they still don't understand why that game is selling.
Right? Yeah. Well, the fact these are the facts. Like, okay, the facts is this: Sea of Thieves is the highest, is the fastest selling rare game in its history ever. The opinion is Sea of Thieves is trash and the Kraken is lacking. Look, everybody can have their opinion, and I don't have a problem with the opinion. I mean, like what Rand said, it was in regards of Xbox titles, of Xbox titles, and he was that's what he was saying. He was saying that Sea of Thieves and State of Decay was mediocre. And so, look, that's fine. I have no problem with that. Like, I mean, I respect anybody's opinion.
His opinion.
Yeah, his opinion. But I understand that Wendy was saying facts in the sense of saying, yeah, I agree, you know, like that. But when you have people that are like Rand, and you have people like Wendy that have plenty of followers and things like that, they take that as a indication of you that it is a fact. And you know what I'm saying, this is supposed to be an inside Xbox guy. You know what I'm saying? That's why when I say some things, you know, I'll go out and I try to say in my opinion or somewhere around there to try to get away from saying anything that seems to be fact. I think, I feel, or it might happen like this, but
dudes don't do that.
Yeah, let's keep it over.
Go ahead, Bonnie.
But I don't know what's a fact though. It's fair stop selling IP. That's a fact.
Yeah, but let's keep it a buck.
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
We know Rand. Rand is our buddy. We talk to Rand.
Rand's good dude.
He inconsistent.
But Rand is not a multiplayer person.
No,
he admits that several times. He don't play it. So when you can say that game is mediocre, but you don't play that,
he loves PUBG. He loves PUBG.
Yeah,
I'm not the biggest PUBG fan. I think it's cool, but
no. Hey, he said Inside was game of the year.
We had the discussion
about how his style of gaming is. I mean, it's kind of inconsistent.
Like I want to play Defiance tonight. I got in Defiance beta tonight. That's always online. I got into that. it's things that I felt like I want to play some multiplayer. I mean, I'm not saying I'm the king of multiplayer. I love single player games also too, but I'm not going to state my opinion on something that I don't play like that.
Yeah, me
you
and
won't
100
see me
had this
make a video.
Right. Right.
Yeah, I won't make a video about a JRPG that I turn-based. Right. I know I don't play that shit. I ain't gonna call it dog shit. I don't play it.
That's what kills me about the content creators. They won't play a certain game, right? But you got 3-4 videos destroying a game that you didn't even put no time in to say if it's good or not. So how do you have such a strong opinion on destroying something that you don't play?
Right. I mean, okay, this is like with God of War, and then we'll go to Don and sign it out. But it's just like with God of War. Like, you know what I'm saying? I said, I hope everybody likes it. This game is not for me. I'm not interested. You know what I'm saying? It was my feeling about it, right? I was not trying to push my opinion about God of War to everybody else. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
If people were more respectful to other people's likes about, you know, for what gamers enjoy, because you know what, like I said, PUBG. I got PUBG. But I only played it maybe 10 times. I don't, you know what I'm saying?
You're not a PUBG dude.
Yeah, I'm not the PUBG guy like that. But if I came and I made a point like, yeah, PUBG is mediocre, and you know what I'm saying, PUBG is mediocre, and God of War is mediocre too. You know what kind of hell that I would get for saying something like that? And you know what I'm saying? There might be a couple of people might say facts with that, but it's not a fact. If you said in your opinion, you know what I'm saying, I feel or something like that, I get it. But when you go at it like this, and when people use this as fuel for this stupid console war, it's just damaging to all us gamers, man. You see what I'm saying? So I don't know. I thought it was
it's very toxic.
I just wanted to have a topic with that. So Don, go ahead. What do you think about this whole thing? And
I think Triple Cup said it the best, right? Like, people are misusing simply the words. They don't know how to understand how English works, right? Mm-hmm. You can't, and this is not because I didn't see the whole Wendy thing. I haven't talked to Wendy in a while and stuff like that. But I've seen this through the community. This is not just a rant in Wendy.
Oh yeah, no, I know. That's what started me to make this topic.
Yeah, so what happens is people word things factual. Mm-hmm. And then they cover up with my opinion. I see that all the time. I'm like, that's not how opinions work, and that's not how you worded an opinion. Like, you know, and it's not even a valid opinion, because usually a valid opinion is based on two factual things, right? So you present two factual things, and therefore I come to this conclusion. That makes it a valid opinion. And so, like, you get these situations where people word things in a certain way, like it's a fact, but then cover it up with an opinion and have really no way to validate. Like, I look at some of these conversations and I'm just like, man, you guys want to have a word within the gaming community, right? Not only in gaming community, but you want developers to take you guys seriously and, you know, take your opinions to implement into the thing you guys enjoy. Mm-hmm. I can't do anything with that. It's not useful information in regards to that. You're just trying to kind of prop yourself, and that goes with people misusing the word opinion, and people also misusing the word facts, right? And so it goes both different directions, and it's all it is that type of thing to shut down an argument. You get people trying to validate their opinion, right? Because they don't feel confident for whatever reason. You know, and here's the thing: I'm okay with anyone's opinion, even if opinion I don't agree with. If you can present a valid opinion, base your opinion on two facts that you at least enjoy or more, I can agree to disagree with you, and it's totally fine, and we're cool, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the type of discord that needs to be happening between, you know, IC gamers on different platforms, people on the same platform that may not necessarily agree on a game. That's not just how you treat each other as adults, right? I mean, I've seen children do better.
Yeah.
Like, we don't need to be doing this to one another. And I think if you can present a valid opinion, back it up with two facts, word opinions correctly, word facts correctly, have it backed up by something, you know, we can get to a point where we can agree to disagree. And it's not about constantly propping yourself up by stepping on someone else's throat. I just don't think there's any place in gaming for that at that level. So.
Yeah. Well, let me say, hold on. Let me say something to Farscape out of here. He said Rand has over 1 million gamer score. He can say whatever he wants. No, he can't. No, he can't.
We tell you the games that he played.
Don't do that. 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 You know what I'm saying? Look, like Rand, don't do that. But the thing of it is,
but he admitted to
it doesn't matter. Look. The thing of it, it doesn't matter what kind of games he played, whatever. It doesn't matter. He's still got 1 million gamer score. That's very fucking impressive.
You don't get 1 million gamer score without fighting some games that people don't want to play. Right.
Right.
Man, you don't get a million without playing everything.
Hey, if the day I have 1 million gamer score, I'm going to heaven.
No shit.
But I was gonna say
shut up.
Yeah, shut up.
That might be the name of the liquor store down the street.
You said earlier you had your first drink. I don't know.
No, but I was gonna say this, Mega. You know how, Mega, you watch a lot of news things, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when a person that's in news, like say you like Rachel Maddow, right?
Yeah,
what she said, this is my editorial.
Get that name right, Rachel Maddow. Say that.
Maddow, whatever her name.
Maddow.
Maddow, whatever.
Maddow.
But MSNBC. MSNBC, I know what I'm talking about. But if she does something right, don't she state like this is my editorial? This has nothing to do with my company. This is what I think, right?
Yeah.
I come from where my local TV. This is an editorial from this, and he's giving his opinion. He just giving his. This has nothing to do with the network. A lot of people got to understand that.
Those people give valid opinions, though. They're based on.
They think about it.
They're based on things that are facts, and this is the conclusion they come up with, right?
Right.
So, like, that's the fundamentals, guys. You got to at least back it up with something. Why you feel a certain way,
right?
You know, and I'll say this. You know, like me and Randy hang out, and we couldn't have different opinions on things, right? He you know, and I think he will fairly let me say this is he's kind of a glass is half empty guy. He looks at it from that perspective, and I'm a guy that always looks at it from a half full. But one of the things I've always had with conversations, even with things I don't agree with him on, always gives me a reason why he feels that way. He backs up with things in regards to that, and he gets to his conclusion of how he feels about it. And I can't fault him for that. As a matter of fact, I actually find value in someone that thinks differently than me that can back it up. And like,
no, I don't have no problem with him having an opinion.
Yeah,
it's just that I don't want people to mistake his words as fact because he's making his opinion on what he feels. I
don't think Rand's the type of guy that presents himself
or anybody.
It's
just not about just him. It's about everybody out there that wants to that says something, but there's others that want to use other people's words, even though if like Rand wasn't trying to be like this is a fact. This is an actual fact to everybody. This was his opinion, but others was trying to use it as a statement of like, this validates when you got somebody like this that's over here talking about Xbox, then this is real, or PlayStation, this is real, or Nintendo, this has got to be real.
People use that with big gaming media as well, right? There's a bunch of opinions given out there, so therefore it's factual because what they're considered professional in your eyes, right? Yeah. So what makes them a professional? Like what backs it up? So that's where like if you have people that can't understand the basics of what an opinion and a fact is, you can't have a conversation with them.
True.
It's simple as that. They almost don't deserve your time. And I know that sounds a little harsh, but are they really worth your time if they can't get those basic fundamentals right?
But it's hard though, Don. It's hard.
Twitter doesn't make it easy.
Some people are
right. Like you only have so many words to say it, right?
Right.
Yeah, you know, somebody saying something real stupid and you just can't help yourself. Like, no, this what it is. Like, look, this is an opinion. Like, if I say a fight night game, y'all know that no fight night been announced. I say, look, I would like to see them put a stamina bar on both hands so no person won't spam with one hand. You know, something simple like that. That don't make it. I'm stating it, but it's an opinion, and a person should see that's an opinion, and no matter who it is saying it, it's you could distinguish the difference between the opinion and the fact. And sometimes you get an opponent that could take that and just say this is a fact, and no matter what you say, and sometimes it'll click, and you'll be like, look, this is opinion, this why. And you got to go back into the back and forth. So it's not about Rand. It's about a lot of people taking other people.
Here's the thing with that sort of stuff. Like, you shouldn't give them your time and your time is worth more to you guys as individuals than that, right? They're arguing with somebody that doesn't understand basic fundamentals. So the more you engage with those people that are acting out like that, the more of a voice you actually give them. You know, they can basically be nothing in the wind and just have a little spurt. They say the thing that they have, and you go about your business in your way.
Or you can help the blind man cross the street.
Yeah, but I'm gonna put this way. Sometimes it's done. It's kind of hard sometimes because
I'm not saying it goes against,
you know, we all humans. You know what I'm saying?
But it goes against your nature, right? I mean, it goes against everyone's nature on that sort of stuff, right? There's that whole fight or flight mode, right? Sometimes you just gotta let it be. I mean, when I got involved in YouTube, right? You know, I would put myself out there in possibly a bad way for my career, right? And I had to behave and act in a certain way. There's no one supervising me, right? But then I had to be myself, and I had to act in a professional way that I can continuously engage with people. Because of that, it has given me more of a voice within the game development community, more than I ever imagined, right? The way I look at it is, you guys, everyone here on this podcast, other podcasts, whatever, you guys can have that same voice. You just have to do this basic fundamentals, and you can't continuously engage in those people. You can't give them that weight.
Right.
They're not worth it to you. You guys have more to offer.
Absolutely. That's why I say that here, even when we'll have, well, I don't know about here, but GRG Uncut, when we have our PlayStation guests or some other PC guests or whatever come through, then, you know what I'm saying, it's going to still be respectful. We'll probably challenge one another, but it's not going to be in the way of like you hear in multiple or anywhere else.
We don't talk about nobody. We don't talk about tomorrow.
Yeah, where it's not just going to be, or just, you know what I'm saying, or having some stupid debate where it just gets in. Because you know what, the one thing about that debate, it was embarrassing to me for the fact because of how I acted. I treated it like it was Bang Bang because I was talking, because me and Jabari would talk shit to one another in Bang Bang, and I first came out and I started talking about his lisp. You know what I'm saying? And that wasn't right. That was just me stupid. It has nothing to do about whatever the outcome about me talking about my PSN account and any fucking thing else, because I don't care if you believe me or not. That's really irrelevant to me. The thing of it is just for my actions. And I said to myself, I will never go back to that again, because that's not why I got into YouTube. And so that's why I'll never do I was considering to do the debate. But then after I started seeing who was trying to be involved in it and trying to get shit to go this certain way, and let's do it here, let's do it. No.
How they throw crosses?
No. We ain't doing that.
But Megan, no, well, we all got to crawl before we walk, right? We all got to walk in the fire. You just had to do it. You know what I'm saying? We all have done it. I have done it several times. I've been in that fire. I've been burnt a lot of times, and I still come back alive. But you know what I'm saying? It's we all got to learn. It's a learning experience. YouTube's a learning experience. A lot of times you trust me, I'm one of the dudes. A lot, like I said, I came from that. I'm the original person, one of the original natives of that crumb side. I don't like to do that type of stuff no more. But when I do it, I'm gonna go in with it one time, and I'm gonna leave it one time only, and I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna put it like Jacques, so I'm gonna put it in that box like Bad Boys. We're gonna throw it so far, and I gotta leave it alone. Do I fight with myself sometimes? Do I fight with myself, my inner self sometimes? Yes, I do, because I want to go in, because I'm used to like defending. But now I get like people like Mega, Lady, Don, all in my ear, like they talking to me. Like, man, I got voices in my head. I'm turning to, you know what I'm saying, the RKO around here. I'm like, man, I don't like sit down. Chill out.
The problem is every time you act out like that, right? It's a setback for you guys. At the end of the day, it really is a setback for you guys. Now, you can grow responsibly, and to be honest, it's going to be slower, right? We all know that, because drama sells, and that gets people viewing your stuff, right? But that peters out. That gets old, right? And so
it's quick and then dies out early.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And do you get on Xbox Live or PlayStation Network to argue with people you don't know in real life, or do you get on those to share an experience and have fun?
Grow
Yeah,
community.
that's all. That's
Grow your community.
Yeah, so
but sometimes you got to throw a line in the sand, like, hey, you can't go this. You know what I'm saying? To me, I'm like the defender. If I put this way, it hurts when I hear someone talks about anybody that I give a damn about. So that just might me at nature. Like, you know what? Y'all can't. I don't want y'all to do it, but I can do it. Let me do it.
No, but
let me do it. But I'm gonna do it. But if I do it, I'm gonna do it in a respectable way. I feel like,
but you don't
I
even
can go
need
take
to
it to a
do
whole
that
different
though.
level.
But you don't need to do it.
But that's how I feel.
Got too much.
But it's still the crumb side though. That's the thing.
Hang on. But you got to put a line in the sand. Like, you can't just keep on picking on me.
That's picking on
me,
man,
or none of us, because you gonna knock on that devil's door. I'm gonna be that devil, and I'm gonna answer, and I only gotta answer one time.
Okay,
then I go.
Okay, we got it.
Calm down.
I want to play. No, I need to go kill somebody. See,
there you go.
Just take another sip, buddy.
Yeah,
about to get this Charles Manson on. Slow down, y'all.
Anyway, but the thing over there trying to test. Okay. Oh, you talking about PUBG?
Man, let's go hit these outros, man.
We about to get out here. I know. What time is it? God dang it! I said we was gonna be on time.
And you gotta be at work at up 10 in the morning. You got that coffee ready?
Anyway, listen. We about to get out of here. It was good conversation, of course, as always. Let's do our sign outs. Let's first start out with one of our matriarchs, the $1,000 one. You know what I'm saying? The cappuccino $1,000 O, or I said $1,000 O, 1,000 sub O. What's happening with you? What's going on with you? Everybody, where can I can't talk. I'm tired already. Where can they find you? Infamous.
Well, I want to thank the Don for blessing us with the panel today, because that's how we do the damn thing out here in these streets. I want to thank the chat for supporting us along the way. We are number 56 here. You can catch me on Twitter. Everything Lady Infamous 41, everything Lady Infamous, everything Grown Woman Gaming. It's on Lady_Infamous 30. If you guys trying to get this gift card, you got to sub, and I'm putting out a video tomorrow. So y'all better, if y'all want this, y'all better get this.
Okay, so we better make sure what you trying to offer. Say that again, because when you
no, I'm sorry.
Say it right. How we get the gift card?
Okay. There's a $60 gift card.
Go get this.
You still get. I'm gonna give up a $60 gift card to Xbox, Steam, Nintendo, or Amazon.
Okay.
The instructions will be tomorrow on a video after Grown Women Gaming podcast in the morning, and I'm happy, y'all. I'm happy, y'all.
Okay. I'm unsubscribing and I'm resubscribing.
Don't do me like that.
Hey, what time in the morning to be coming on?
9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, noon Eastern.
That's too early for me.
So it'll be about it'll be 11 o'clock our time, Chuck.
Yeah. So y'all guys be easy and have a good night.
Yep. All right. Good deal. All right. So congratulations to you again, Infamous. You know what I'm saying? I'm very glad. I'm glad. I didn't talk about the Duke. I'll talk about the Duke. I'll talk about Halo. I'll probably talk about that in the video because I want to get into some deep discussion about that. So anyway, what about you, Triple Cup Chuck? Where can they find you at, bro?
Man, it's your boy Triple Cup Chuck. You gonna find me watching the motherfucking best movie of the century, even outdoing Black Panther. So I'm going to go see the Avengers. I've been ducking. I'm diving this weekend, and I'm going to dodge Twitter, and I'm going to dodge YouTube until I see this movie. So I'm not going to get spoiled. I'm sorry, you know what I'm saying? All my people out there, I'm still with y'all. But you know what I'm saying? Y'all going to have to find me Wednesday on the Vibration Podcast because we're going to spoiler rific. Then after that, we're going to come back around here next Friday here, and then we got the Direct X, you know what I'm saying? That's going to be that Saturday. We're going to cut up on them, but I'm still going to be dodging. So please don't try to shout me out because I can't see it because I'm not looking at the checks. I'm not getting spoiled.
All right. Then we're moving on to 108 Dragons Facts. Where can you find that, bro?
Y'all can find me 108 Dragons TV, man. Please, I want to be the next 1,000 person. So hit my channel up. Like and subscribe. Support this GRG podcast. We are the best. We are the super team. We are the Avengers of motherfucking YouTube. Facts.
Which one of us is Black Panther?
It can't be you. You light as me. So
What the hell is that supposed to mean?
who's the darkest on the squad?
I could be a light Wakandan.
I'm Tony Stark.
Oh man, damn! Everybody on this podcast is light, except for Delilah and
I'm the Incredible Hunk, HUNK, because I'm sexy.
Did you say Incredible Hunk? Oh,
Hunk.
I'm done. 100. Where can they find you at, bro?
And you can find me everywhere. You already know how I find. Man, I ain't too hard to find. Trust me. I wake up to this bullshit. So you already know. Y'all can catch me on Twitter and everything. I don't know when I'm gonna put out the next video. DirectX. Yeah, I can do it tomorrow. I don't think I ain't got shit to do. I ain't going to my Dodgers is out of town, so I ain't going to a Dodger game on Saturday. So you know what I'm saying, we up on them Giants. Raggedy bastards from the Bay. You know what I'm saying? I'm really into that. I'm gonna go check out, you know what I'm saying, what my Raiders done. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get on this pub. Jesus, y'all can come join the pot. Y'all can join the no, I can't tell everybody to join our shit no more. It'd be some weirdos. But check us out. GRG. We kept it gangster tonight. Let's go. Pub Jesus. That's my life. Let's go.
Then we move on to Kaleidoscope. Where can they find you at, bro?
Yo, people can find me on Twitter at DirectX-the. On Xbox Live at Kaleidoscope, and on my YouTube channel at Kaleidoscope. And then, of course, on Saturdays, DirectX-the Fraud. All right, we're going to be doing it this Saturday. Confirmation from Mr. 100 himself. And of course, on Wednesdays at the Heroic Vibrations podcast, where we are going spoilerific on Avengers Infinity War. I already saw it twice. I've just been staying quiet. The shit was phenomenal. All right. The shit was phenomenal.
Yeah.
All right. But I ain't trying to say nothing. You know what I'm saying? I want people to experience it for themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
And then, come away shell-shocked the way I did. All right.
Hey, I
shout out
died
to the Turtles.
Hey, I died in the movie. They killed me.
Stop it. Anyway.
Killed me in the first scene.
Okay. All right. Anyway. The Don. Glad for you come back. Come on, be a part of the family. You know what I'm saying? Where can they find you at?
Man, thanks for letting me swing on by. I mean, I don't get a chance to do it a lot, so I'm glad people on the panel made space for me, all that good stuff. I guess this is the part where I start talking about Avengers Infinity War, like the ending.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm out.
Oh man, don't worry about it. I won't talk about the Bruce Willis with Michael Jackson blood and being bedazzled, right? But no, it's a good movie.
Wolverine comes out, man. Wolverine comes out. Spoilers for everybody.
No, seriously, if you guys like movies, you won't be disappointed. Definitely enjoy that movie. And the best way to follow me is on Twitter, which is @TheDon_KTR. If I'm doing podcasts with K Mega, you'd be Next, or Devin the Gamer, or on GRG, or I guess sometimes I'm on Xbox Nation now, and sometimes I'm on Crossfire. So you never know where you'll see me.
Nice. All right. So we're about done. Again, big shout out to Bloody Knuckles. Get well, youngster.
Yeah, facts.
And your mom is happy because you're being tucked in bed with your little milk and graham cracker.
They ain't told him he got a.
Well, no, it's a little.
He got a vasectomy. Tell everybody, tell the truth. He got a vasectomy. He got snipped. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know what's going on with that boy, but anyway,
he got snipped. He got snipped.
Man, that's man. Don't do this out there.
Okay. I'm about to. Hey man, thank you guys for rocking out with us for sure. As always, check me out here. Don't forget to hit that sub button. You know what I'm saying? Go support your boy K Mega 405. I'll also have the Patreon out there, man. If anybody wants to get on there, be a part of that. We'll be definitely having another giveaway here coming here soon. And also the sports podcast. We will get our people together tomorrow, and so they can all meet one another. And then we'll be having that podcast here in the next couple of days.
And E3 coming, bitches.
So the JOH show is finally a thing, man. I've been sitting on this for over a year, and now finally it's gonna be fun, man. So you know what I'm saying, sports podcast, here we come. Also catch me on BGST, the next podcast tomorrow. I'll be tired as hell, but I'll still gotta be with my boy Bot. And Avers is supposed to be on there. So come and check us out tomorrow evening. And then I'll be gaming. I'll be doing game night. What we gonna be playing, Don?
I don't know. We want to play some Halo 4?
We can play some Halo 4. Yeah,
we can stream that, right?
Yeah, we can stream that.
That would be dope.
Yeah, that would be dope. We're gonna stream some Halo 4. So we'll go ahead and do that. And man, that's it. The BGST. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes when I do the multiplayer, we'll be picking up and doing the GRG Uncut. Go ahead and get my guests ready. So we'll pop that out, and that'll be it, man. So everybody have a good night. Peace.
We're going to Super Bowl, Saints, next year.
Ram Nation, stand